Today, we predict the top 5 NHL players 5 years from now. We'll recap the trade deadline, look at the Matthew Schaefer Young Guns chase and how it compares to big rookies from past releases, and a whole lot more. Welcome back to episode 375 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, presented by our good friends at Upper Deck.
It's your friendly neighborhood hockey-loving goofballs. Welcome to the Gong Show.
Hello, happy family. Welcome back to the show. Today, we are fortunate and blessed to have good friend Troy LeCastro from Dave and Adams, otherwise known as Casual Troy, otherwise known as names that we are not legally permitted to say on the show.
Right.
But happy to have him aboard. Welcome, Troy.
Happy to be back. It's been way too long, so I'm sorry. The schedule's been a little crazy, and I haven't been trying to big time or anything. So yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Troy's in the in crowd, and he's wandered over to the nerd table, and he's gonna do his Make-A-Wish day in the hobby to spend it with us three.
No, full disclosure. These three had it planned that they wanted to do the recording, do the show earlier, and I'm the one that desperately wanted to get on, and I begged and pleaded for a later time. So I think that says something.
Yeah, worked out.
Yeah, says it's annoying.
Happy to be here.
We're all good. Hello, Baba Louie. How are you, buddy?
Doing awesome. How are you?
Doing very, very well. Thank you. Philip, what's up, buddy?
Jeez, a little warning there, man. My goodness. Things are good. Took my dog to the vet today because she has an ear infection, so that was fun to spend money on.
Oh, is she pregnant?
No, she can't get pregnant.
Sleeping around the neighborhood?
No, she's an inside dog. She's handicapped. Why are you picking on her? Yeah, for such a nice guy.
Dogs need love too.
She's a house dog.
Look at Josh.
Oh,
fair point, Louis. Good job. Yeah, things are good.
Okay. All right, let's roll through the analysis. We actually have a ton of really fun stuff to talk about today.
So hot.
Yes, so hot. Looking forward to get the show going. Reloaded is sold out. It just sold out last night on Saturday night for us. So thanks to everyone who bought their box of 2026 Volume 1. We're already working on the next release, and somehow we'll try to outdo ourselves. That's our goal. Make it bigger and better, faster and stronger every time. If you do still want to get, while we're building the second release of the year, if you want to get in on the action, Grant has some cases left, and I'm sure they'll be popping up on his breaks, maybe even as early as Wednesday. So head to gpsportcards.com, pick up your spots there. But again, thank you to everyone who bought Reloaded. We're very grateful to you. Phil, back to you.
Yeah.
Pick your head up. Talk about your show. What happened? What happened on Friday Nights with Phil? I can't believe anyone hasn't seen it, but maybe there's somebody out there that hasn't.
It was a great show. It was a fantastic show. Got a little adulty, but I needed closure on my Brady, captain of a Canadian team, puppy dog killer, American captain guy. So I needed some good closure, and I knew I was in great company. I made myself a little vulnerable in front of David and Victoria. But we had great discussion. The chat was awesome. And I got some closure on my captain. And and I don't want to do that too often, if at all. Like maybe twice a year is good. So stay tuned for this Friday. It's going to be heavily Hockey Cards are the stars. So right off the bat, as soon as that camera goes on, within a few minutes, you're going to be looking at some of my collection. I need some big advice if I can. You don't want me to prep the next show yet, eh?
No, you can.
You. Oh yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah. I really want and need desperate help. I'm going through something. I'm constantly evolving with the way I'm collecting my hockey cards, and the chat always has great suggestions. We've built a good culture, good family. Please come join us next Friday. I could use your help. And
just do everything VGK says.
Yeah, Vegas. Yeah, I have a lot of friends. Basically, the whole chat's my frenemy. Yeah. But it's good. We're a happy family, and everyone's authentic. It's good. Yeah, good call, Louis. Vegas is he torments me, but I love him. He's a great dude.
Thank you, Phil. Okay, one last thing before we get started. A reminder that this show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, is a Patreon podcast. What that means is we do rely on the support of the good listener and the good watcher like yourself to help us cover our show expenses. Yeah, this dumpster fire costs money. I know. It's hard to believe. Continue to produce more and what we hope to be better hockey card content, and then fun initiatives, even in a small way to grow the hockey hobby. You can support us for as little as $5 US a month. You can't even get a cheeseburger at McDonald's for that. And be one of the first 999 supporters out of our show. You get the Future Watch Gong or title, access to Discord, all the fun stuff we do there. 5K challenge. I think we're going to do something for the playoffs. We do fantasy hockey at the beginning of the season. You can show off all your new pickups, make a whole bunch of new friends. We have another Gongshow Chateau number 2. A bunch of guys from Discord. I think Mike Foster from Mike Foster Creations are going to... I think they got a house a couple miles from ours at the Spring Expo. So it's just our community keeps growing, and it's amazing to see. If you want to support us, go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or skip it. Go to Patreon directly, patreon.com, and search for Hockey Cards Gong Show. There's a link in the show description in both YouTube and podcast apps, and our Instagram, TikTok profiles, too. The one, the only, the exalted, the reverend, the revered, Baba Louie. We have 2 new patrons since our last show. Please shout them out and give them their props and appreciation.
Will do. First one, Hamza.
Hamza! Oh, he's been such a Phil supporter. Oh, I'm so happy he's in there. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. He was there on Friday nights with Phil. He was great. Yeah, great guy.
Welcome. And then we have Crosby or Bust.
Oh, no, not him.
I think it's a woman, but
no, I was kidding. I don't know.
It is a woman. I think it's the spouse of another person on our Discord. So we have families in our Discord now, which is crazy.
That went really well for me then. That's great.
Yeah, it's typical. Yeah. Louis, what's the game plan?
Oh boy. Well, Phil, the game plan for today, just in case you don't know, we're going to start off with get to know your Hall of Famers. Then it's the weekly 7. After that, it's some hobby news. Then we have a little chit chat with Carter from the Saskatoon show. We have a little Saskatoon show check-in. After that, we're going to talk Young Guns chase comparison. Josh.
Louis, I think you have a mistake in you forgot one of the F's. There's 2 F's in Schaefer.
Oh, is that right?
No, there isn't. There's only one.
I know.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You got me. Because I was about to pounce on you too. I was like, wait, it's 1.
Yeah, you're from Buffalo, though. That's
there's 2 F's on the back of the card. I look at the back first.
Phil, I graduated with a journalism degree, okay, pal? Like, just because I went to school.
Yeah, a lot of people throughout my day have degrees in something from recent times. It's working out really well for your generation. Fantastically.
Yeah. I didn't tell you where my degree was from. Yeah, maybe I printed it off.
Online school. Yeah.
Oakwoods Montessori Preschool. Okay, Louis.
And then after that, we're gonna do some Gongshow Mailbag and finish up with some personal pickups.
Thank you, Louis. Okay, let's get this Gong Show rolling with our Get to Know Your Hall of Famer series. It's where we are profiling every Hockey Hall of Fame player. We're started with the very first Hall of Fame class in 1945 and have since been working our way to the present day. Today's Hall of Famer we're going to learn some more about is Babe Dye. Any Babe fans out there?
I thought you meant the pig. I'm sorry, I thought you meant the pig. My bad.
No, Gordy would beat Babe in a. Which one's Charlotte's Web? Oh no, is there a pig in Charlotte's Web? Pig?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
I'm confusing a few things. I think Animal Farm.
But if you're a Minnesota fan, or if you're from Minnesota, it'd be Babe the Blue Ox, Paul Bunyan's trusty steed.
Paul Bunyan, he's the forest guy, right? He chops
down trees, and he's got Babe the Blue Ox.
Yeah, he's the bounty paper towel guy, right? No?
No. Okay.
No, that's the Green Giant. That's the Green Peas.
That also from Minnesota, Green Giant.
What? You can't.
I can go on.
Cartoons from Minnesota.
Yeah, everything good's here. We're God's chosen people.
Oh, yeah, you might want to. All right.
Cecil Henry Babe Dye lived from 1898 until passing away at the age of just 63 in 1962. Babe was born in Hamilton, Ontario, passed away in Chi-Town, Chicago, Illinois. Babe was a right shot, right wing, played hockey at 5'8", 150 pounds, beefy, and in a career that lasted from 1919, they make good rip here, until 1931, Babe played for a lot of teams. All right, Louis, get excited in the background there. He's already shaking. I can see it. He played for the Toronto St. Patrick's, the Hamilton Tigers, Chicago Blackhawks, New York Americans, and Canada's team, according to Phil, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Babe was a one-time Stanley Cup champion with the St. Patrick's, and in 272 career games, he scored 203 goals in 272 games. It's a lot. and added 49 assists for 252 points. After hockey, Babe would spend some time as a coach, would work in the petroleum industry for another years before passing away due to a heart attack, unfortunately. Why you should care about Babe Dye. Well, again, he was born in 1898 in Hamilton, Ontario, and after his father died when he was just a baby, he grew up in Toronto then with his mother who pushed him hard in sports. As a teenager in Toronto amateur hockey, he became a goal-scoring sensation, including a documented stretch where he scored 31 goals in 8 games for the Toronto Orioles in the OHA. In those same years, he played multiple sports at once, played amateur baseball in Toronto, also lined up as a halfback for the Toronto Argonauts, showing how serious the multi-sport label really was for him. His teammates started calling him Babe, specifically because of his baseball talent, with the nickname tying him to the rising baseball superstar Babe Ruth. In May 1918, he enlisted in the Canadian Field Artillery late in World War I, trained in Canada, and used that time to keep competing, even playing ball for military team while he was in camp. After the war, he returned to Toronto sports and kept bouncing between baseball and hockey, building a reputation as a rare athlete who could play both at a high level without the seasons directly overlapping. He broke into the NHL with the Toronto St. Patricks in 1919-20, and even early on, he wasn't sold as a burner. The story was that his shot in hands made him dangerous anyway, so he wasn't like the fastest skater. In 1920, he also began his pro baseball journey by signing with the Toronto Maple Leafs of the International League, going south for spring training, but he didn't stick right away and had to keep grinding for opportunities. That same period turned into one of the defining Babe Dye storylines. He kept trying to be a real two-sport pro, and both sports had teams that wanted him, but both sports also worried about what the workload would do to him. In the NHL, he erupted in 1920-21, scoring at a pace that made him one of the league's biggest stars and establishing him as a premier pure goal scorer of his era. That season included a very specific local hero moment when the Quebec Bulldogs moved to become the Hamilton Tigers. Hamilton tried to draw fans by loaning Dye to the Tigers for the first game. And he was recalled right after that single game because Toronto needed him back. In his third NHL season, 1921-22, he piled up goals again. And one famous detail from that season was how he scored from long range, including a reported stretch where he scored 12 goals from behind the red line.
What?
A snapshot of how heavy a shot was for that era. Was Swayman in that? What's going on here?
Hey.
No, I think Allmark was 12 goals from behind the red line. Listen, I'll ask it again. What constitutes not being a good player back then? Like, oh, that guy's only a point and a half game player. He's not even 2. It seems like they all have so many goals, and you know, not to take anything away from Babe here. It sounds pretty interesting.
The 1922 postseason became a signature championship story. Toronto reached the Stanley Cup final against the Vancouver Millionaires, and Dye turned the series into his own scoring showcase. In the Cup final itself, he scored 9 goals in the series, a number that has been treated as a benchmark in Stanley Cup final scoring, as a Stanley Cup scoring feat for more than a century. The clincher was the game everyone came back to. In the deciding game of the 1922 final, he scored 4 goals, including the kind of, that's the whole story hat trick moment that made his name stick in hockey history. Around that time, his, again, how did that even get in? Reputation grew. His release was described as so quick that sometimes, in plays that sometimes paused players and officials needed a moment to realize the puck had already gone in. So kind of had a Bedard shot, it looks like, for his time. In 1922-23, he didn't just score. He also led the NHL in overall scoring, showing he wasn't only, so goals and assists, a one-dimensional shooter when Toronto built the tack around him. While he was stacking up NHL goals, his baseball career was still very real. He played in the minors through the early 1920s and eventually landed in the International League with clubs like the Buffalo Bisons, Troy, where he was viewed as a legitimate prospect. A key two-sport crossroads moment came in September 1923 when he publicly talked about stepping away from hockey to focus on baseball. But when the hockey season arrived, he returned to the St. Pat's anyways. He kept proving the hockey side wasn't fading. In the mid-1920s, he remained among the league's elite scorers and later repeated as the NHL points leader again in 1924-25. The 1924-25 season produced one of those loudest season facts. He scored 38 goals in 29 games. setting a Toronto franchise mark that stood for decades and capturing how extreme his goal pace was in the short schedule era. Behind the scenes, Toronto's management started worrying about the wear and tear on him, playing multiple pro sports, and the same paths were also dealing with money issues. Together, that helped push them towards putting his contract up for bids. One of the strangest side stories of his star power came in 1926 when a dispute about acquiring Dye reportedly played a role in Conn Smythe getting dismissed from the New York Rangers organization. A reminder how valuable Dye was viewed around the league. Before 1926-27, Toronto sold him to the expansion Chicago Blackhawks, and he immediately produced, scoring heavily again and fitting in as a top-line finisher on a new franchise trying to make noise. Then the turn happened fast. At training camp in 1927, he suffered a broken leg, and the injury changed the rest of his hockey career. He returned, but the scoring that defined Babe Dye never really came back. After the injury, he went through a rough stretch in Chicago, then moved to the New York Americans, and the stat line became the story. In the final chunk of his NHL career after his injury, he produced only a fraction of what he had been. As his NHL role shrank, he ended up in the minors, including the New Haven Eagles, and later got one last brief NHL return to Toronto after the franchise had become the Maple Leafs, playing only a handful of games before his playing career ended. After he stopped being an NHL star, he still kept sports in his life. He stayed involved in baseball in the 1920s, including playing semi-pro, amateur, but his main identity remained the elite NHL shooter from the early 1920s. He also tried coaching, starting with the Port Colborne Sailors. He also made an immediate impression by taking them on a deep run to the finals despite a modest regular season standing. That coaching success got him hired by the Chicago Shamrocks of the American Hockey Association and guided them to a championship. But then came an infamous firing. He was dismissed right before the title-clinching game because leadership blamed him for allowing captain Gordon Brideson to leave the club to get married during the finals. Landed quickly with the St. Louis Flyers, but his coaching career unraveled where his reported incident where he struck an official during an argument over a call and was fired later that season as the club cited low morale in the best interest of the team. And then he stayed in hockey, finally by turning to officiating, reaching NHL as a referee in 1935. And the stories about him behind the whistle included fans loudly mocking the officiating crew. One even reportedly even described three blind mice chants when he worked games. So you go from being the NHL scoring leader to being mocked by fans.
Talk about a
as a referee.
That was a lot of information. That was probably our longest one. Well, your longest one.
I know. Yeah.
That was a big one, but every point was necessary to segue to the next. So
makes me wonder too. You talk about his hard shot. It just makes me wonder naturally, like what kind of hitter he was in baseball. I don't know. I don't know if that actually translates or not, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That seems like a natural progression there. Hard shot, maybe hit the ball hard too.
Would have been sweet if you had got to play in the major leagues for at least a few games, to have a guy that's once played in both the NHL and the MLB at the same time. Okay,
like a Moonlight Graham, perhaps?
From Chisholm, Minnesota, where I was born.
Yes. Oh, I don't know why I bring that up. He kind of looks like David Lynch there, eh? A little bit.
Yeah,
you know who David Lynch is?
Yeah.
The haircut, the long face. Yeah.
Okay, very quickly, we'll take a look at the Babe Dye hobby market. His rookie card is in the 1923 William Patterson V145-1 set, card number 23. Highest public sale to date is a PSA 5.5 we're looking at on YouTube that sold for $3,000 US in December 2019. Yeah, I don't know. It's got good flow.
Flow. That's a beautiful head of hair.
Yeah, he's got a good salad bar up top. That's a good point. He's got some good lettuce.
Also, Babe Dye car in the 1924 Champs set. Flows a little out of control there.
That's awesome. If you have something like that, you let it do what it wants. Yeah, you let it flow.
PSA 8 is the highest public seller, having sold for $530 US in September 2018. Also, a PSA 8 for a 100-year-old card is kind of wild as well. I mean, that's
yeah.
Can I also say something controversial, maybe for Canada, Phil?
It's probably not, but go ahead. Louis shaking his head.
I kind of like the St. Patrick's better than the Maple Leafs, like from like a branding standpoint. I think
of course. Cool. Yeah, it's very nice. But I mean, a Maple Leaf's a Maple Leaf's on my
got
on my
you.
flag, right? Yeah.
I
So I just don't like it when it's blue.
The last
Any other color is fine.
Yeah,
Correct.
pink.
Yeah.
Last
sure.
playing days card for Babe Dies in 1924, William Patterson V 145-2 card. It's card number 54. The PSA 4, which is the Leaning Tower of Babe Die, apparently in the slab, is the highest public seller, having sold for $600 US last October. And that, boys, is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Cecil Babe Die.
Good job, Josh. Get yourself a glass of water and
Cool off for a second there. Take a deep breath.
yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one.
No time to waste. It's time for our weekly 7, where we bring up some NHL and hockey topics for us to have a discussion around. And I want to start out this week with our first topic, recapping the NHL trade deadline. Am I the only one that thought it was kind of boring?
No, it was super boring.
Yeah, it was kind of a snooze fest.
Yeah,
It wasn't much in my opinion.
correct. Yeah, agreed.
I was angry. I got into my first Twitter fight ever on
Yeah,
Friday.
It took you this long to get in one?
No,
Yeah, I'll never do it again because it's so pointless. And
it's so bad for your health and
okay,
terrible.
I used to fight Maple Leafs
Sure.
fans when I was in college on Twitter.
Yeah.
of course.
we're going to talk about him later in the show or in a few minutes because, as Phil says, we're a Homer show. But you don't have to be a hockey savant to know that the Minnesota Wild need a center. We just need one. Kirill
Nobody
Kaprizov, a fun
cares.
fact, has played 0 seconds of his NHL career with the number 1 center. 0. So like 6 years in, right? And we got assets. We got stuff to trade. And I was hoping to pull it off. And so I made a comment after we traded for Nick Foligno and his 3 goals and great leadership. I get it. I'm so excited. That maybe let's do something like really crazy and like get a center. I don't know.
You've done enough crazy things, man.
Yeah,
And
I was going to say the Quinn wasn't crazy enough for you.
Oh no, I'll take that.
Or the Kaprizov making the most money in the whole league wasn't crazy enough. You have the 2 out of the 3 craziest things on your team. But let's keep talking about them. Yeah,
I
go
want a
ahead.
center.
You're asking for a lot.
I want a center. Ryan Hartman is our number 1 center going into the playoffs.
You didn't like getting Bobby drinks?
He's a wing. I like. He's a Minnesota Stillwater kid from Minnesota.
You're insulting Neil right now. You're insulting all the development they put in a Bubba.
So anyway, so I go in Minnesota Wild Twitterdom, and I say that I'm like, hey, how about a center? That'd be cool. And then all it comes is like a flood of, well, centers don't grow on trees, and we had 3 years of dead cap money because of Preezy and Suter, and who are we? And it's like, and then at one point, like this guy was like so aggressive, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm arguing with a fellow Wild fan about like the merits of having a good center on your team. It's like, how is that? So yeah, it's never happened. But we didn't get a center, so.
Well, who'd you want? Like Nazem Kadri? Is that who you wanted?
Actually, I would have taken a flyer on Stammer. He's got 2 years left at $8 million a year, 32 goals, and I think that he would do very well here. That was my hope.
Yeah, I would like. I don't know.
Well, he was but he was available. Like they were listening to stuff.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get him to another contender to kind of wrap up his career nicely. It would have been, past tense.
Would have been funny if he went back to Tampa. I mean, Kadri went back to Colorado, right?
I was gonna say Corey Perry, same thing. He went back.
Yeah. It's got lots of jam for the playoffs. Yeah,
Kadri would have been fine. Ryan Hartman is our number 1 center.
Well, they obviously believe in him enough to push forward. This way.
I'm just glad Josh that Wallstead didn't move because I know he was.
I want to trade him. I want to trade him for a center.
Well, you can't anymore.
You don't want your franchise goalie. You want a number 1 center.
We have the cusp. We get franchise goalies from Ottawa because they never know which ones to keep.
Yeah, we'll just give him our next one.
Yeah, Ottawa has like 6 goalies in the pipeline. They keep the 4 worst ones. We get the 2 best ones. That's how that works.
That's accurate information, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm gonna just go through because there are some. There's a couple Buffalo trades we can talk about too, but just really quickly. So we had John Carlson traded to the Ducks for 2 draft picks. You had Kadri going back to the Avs. That doesn't help us as Wild fans at all. Mackenzie Weegar to the Mammoth. So there you go. Islanders get Braden Shen. They get the St. Louis captain. We have captains traded galore here this weekend. Corey Perry to the Lightning. Hide your mothers, Tampa Bay. And I'm sure Dave's excited about that. We have the Kraken getting Bobby McMahon. Phil, the Sens send David Perron to your arch nemesis, Detroit.
Take him. I like good man, but not the David Perron that everyone listening right now is like, oh, that's kind of no, it's not the David Perron you're thinking in your head. He got old really fast. Yeah.
Well, it's like how I love it because it's like how many times is David Perron going to play for the Red Wings?
I know, but it's not the same. You just watch, you'll see.
No, and then your team, Troy, you guys got Justin Falk, right? That was your big pickup.
Colton Parayko has gone on my list. He's on my list now for block because so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm hearing the rumors Parayko blocked it because his wife, fiance, girlfriend is some like heir to some pizza throne in St. Louis. I don't know if that was an actual thing.
Good enough reason for me. Yeah. Sounds like Pizza Princess. Pizza. Why would you leave? That's amazing.
Yeah. Apparently, her family is this huge. I don't know. They're this big. They own this big pizza thing in the St. Louis area. So apparently, that was one of the reasons.
And big rumor. Well, I don't know if it's a rumor, but the reputation of St. Louis is they treat their alumni very well, very well. So if I I think it was pretty cool that Parayko exercised that right.
Well, I mean, if you negotiate the right in your contract, you have the right to exercise it, right?
Yeah, pretty cool.
You know how I know you're all very American. You are not focusing on the Toronto Maple Leafs at all. You haven't even said anything about them. They're going through like the biggest tumultuous time in 10 years, and I'm loving every minute of it. And you don't say a word because you don't hear about it, right?
I'm quietly enjoying it. Well, Phil, we hear about. I mean,
I would think you would, Troy. This was massive for Tree Living, right? Like he had to accept that he sucks. Okay, maybe I'm being harsh. I don't know. He had to accept that you have to get rid of you had to get rid of Lawton, McCann, Nicholas Roy. He did. Listen, up here, trade deadline day was trade deadline day, and 80% what happened to the Leafs. What's Tree Living doing right now?
It was the Leafs.
Do smart asset management.
Waving the white flag, like admitting that it's over, Johnny.
I love it all. It's so good.
Right.
Yeah. No amnesty. Just saying.
We can't talk about the Leafs, Phil, because we have to talk about, and we're on to point 2 now in the weekly 7. We got to talk about Buffalo. Is hockey back in upstate New York? Are we excited yet, LaCastro? Are we pumped up about this?
Clapping.
I specifically wore this hat for this episode because I don't know, something was in the air. But Buffalo they're on the warpath again. Buffalo, the Sabres are back on the warpath. And Phil, you can't even deny. You can deny it if you want.
I'm not denying anything. I just listen. You guys shattered me in like 06, 07, conference finals, semifinals. Like I hate you, Briere. I hate you, Vanek. I hate you, Drury. I hate you, Afena. Get off.
Well, there you go, Phil. You and Rangers fans can now agree on hating Chris Drury. So at least you got something there. You got some allies. But I went to the Vegas game last week, and it was a Tuesday night.
Is it buzzing in the barn?
Dude, it was the most packed I've seen that place in
years.
Probably almost a decade. On a weeknight.
I'm happy for you.
Okay, well, Troy, let me fill in here a little bit. Pardon the pun.
Yes.
But the Buffalo Sabres at the time of writing and recording have 82 points, which is good for second in the Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference. They're in a 6-game heater. 7-2-1 in their last 10, have a plus 31 goals differential this season, and getting back to 82 points, your team had only 79 all of last season. There's still 20 games left. And your team has not made the playoffs in 15 years. 15-year playoff drought. It looks like it's happening. Okay, now I have one more question for you about this.
Sure.
And Phil might have some too. What's if you boil down the turnaround, like what's the main reason?
For some reason, I truly believe that
Magic.
Yes, Kevin Adams did the work in terms of getting the pieces in place. I don't know what Yarmo said to the team. I don't know.
Is it a cultural reset? Is that the thing?
The day he showed up, they started playing good. The day Adams left, and something alleviated pressure there. So there, you know what? No one's ever gonna know. It's gonna be one of those stories. No one's ever gonna know.
Because I don't remember I don't remember how many times I was on last season with you guys, but like, you know, when they hired Lindy Ruff, I wasn't a huge fan of it because at the time where we were as a team, I was like, this just feels like a cheap pop. Like, hey, forget how bad the team is. Let's go for the nostalgia factor. Yeah. But he's got him playing really well for them. And I think whatever Yarmo said to the team when they met, yes, the cultural change happened and the changeover happened.
That's big though, Troy. As someone, so in similar in Ottawa, we have Jacques Martin. Our team forgot how to be professional, forgot how it was like I mean, it's a perfect analogy. It was like a good old boys club, like oh, go to work, we get to play hockey and make millions, blah, blah. They forgot how to win. And they I don't think a lot of your team and my team never were taught how to be professional. And I think someone like Lindy Ruff brought a professionalism, brought a that, you know, a lot of categories in this world are lacking, right? Taught them how to be, you know, men grow into themselves and how they carry themselves at work and at home. I think Lindy Ruff had a big thing to do with that. So glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Because I don't know where we land still, but obviously one of the youngest rosters in the league too. So like you said, not a lot of playoff experience, not a lot of, you know, probably professionalism. And, you know, I'd argue too, they were looking a little slow before the Olympic break.
Oh,
and
Cage.
I swear to God, I truly believe that coming home with the gold medal,
he's a new man.
Kind of fired up the boys, and
he cleans more around the house. He's better with the kids.
Picks up after himself. Maybe he cooked a meal or two.
He cares about me. He cares about me.
Oh, he cares. So, you know, I think he's a true leader now. Like he's got real leadership. And
is he an Austin Matthews level true leader or still approaching?
Don't encourage him.
No. Anything I say after that it's trap material. It's just you're trapping me. Yeah. So it's an exciting time to be here, though. It really is.
Well, good for you. Hopefully, you guys don't blow it. Yeah, that would be the Minnesota thing to do.
I mean, we would need I think at this point it would have to be like an epic collapse.
Well, what do you think, Phil? The confidence is rising in Buffalo.
No. So there's the second season. The real season of hockey's coming up. The playoffs. How do you think? Do you think your boys are tough enough and hungry enough to be a playoff team? Big difference. Watch Montreal Canadiens.
No. I think that's a great point. I think we all know this because we watched enough. Playoff hockey is completely different.
Totally different game. Yeah.
Teams can get hot at the right time, but I will say if they continue to play the way that they have played since they came off the Olympic break, I think they have a good shot to make a deeper run.
And in the East, wide open. I mean, Tampa's Tampa just kicked the crap out of everybody. We know that, we're aware, but everybody else, game on. Nobody scares me. Nobody.
And if you look at it too, they're winning the close games, but then they're also winning the games by sizable differences. You know, they beat Vegas 3-2. I think Nashville was 3-2 last night, but then you had a routing of the Lightning, and then they played.
And that's the difference of good teams and not good teams, right? Those even when a good team plays a bad game, they find a way to win. That's what makes a team.
Sounds like you should cash in your 401k and head to Vegas and roll her all on the Sabres there.
Oh, yeah, Josh. You know what? Why don't you tell the missus that after we just bought a house?
Great guy just buys the house.
If you believe in your team, Troy, if you believe in your team. Okay, I want to move on. We have some NHL milestones, both career and season, that I think are noteworthy for point number 3 in our weekly 7. We talked last week about Connor McDavid being the first player this year to reach 100 points. And how incredibly it's the 6th time in his career he's the first NHL player to 100 points in a season. We now have 2 more, though, 100-point scorers for 25-26. Nathan MacKinnon now has 104 points in 61 games played. Leads the NHL with 43 goals and 61 apples. It's his 4th 100-point season in a row and 4th of his career. Now, his current pace this season is 56 goals and 138 points. His career year, though, was actually 23-24. He had 51 goals and 140 points. Here's my question on McKinnon. Has any player improved their legacy more in the past 4 or 5 years than Nathan MacKinnon? Like where he was 4 years ago, where he is today.
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. I think it's equally impressive how Steven Stamkos has fallen off in the last 4 years. that's where my brain.
Off. And then Josh, former teammate of Stamkos. I don't know if you were going to bring. I'm sure you're going to bring him up too. So I'm sorry if I'm jumping the gun, but
yeah, he's next.
Okay, so we'll just talk about him after you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Really quickly though, McKinnon is a 2013-14 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 1886. 51% gem rate, last sold for $1,100 US on March 5th, up 6% in the past month, up 22% in the past 3 months. Check this out. The 52-week high is almost $1,500, $1,467 US. 52-week low is $560. So,
I still don't think anyone would recognize him out of Tim Hortons up here.
Maybe.
I still don't think so. I think they'd know he's a professional athlete. I don't think they'd know, like, hey, are you Nathan McKinnon?
Even though he does all those Tim Hortons commercials? Is that the point you're getting at here?
Yeah, well, I'm picking the obvious, right?
Yeah.
If I'm
I would really bet on him.
I'm going hard to get him to be our sponsor. Wouldn't that be perfect?
Nathan McKinnon to be our sponsor?
Yeah, Build-A-Bear.
I don't get it.
Do they have those in Canada? They're little they're where kids go and they make their own teddy bear and they.
Oh yeah, they have it at I think they have it at a shopping center near me here, Bayshore or something. Yeah.
Okay, now to Troy, to your point a second ago, the other fresh 100-point scorer this year is Nikita Kucherov, who at the time of writing has 100 on the dot in 57 games played, 32 goals, 68 apples. It's also the 4th consecutive 100-point season for Kucherov and the 6th 100-point season of his career. His career best year was 23-24, like McKinnon, where he had 44 goals and 144 points. Of course, we know Cooch is vastly underappreciated, especially in the hobby, but let me add this a little bit, maybe some more fuel to the fire here. His 600-point seasons is tied with a number of legends and Hall of Famers for 8th most of all time. The only players who have more 100-point seasons than Nikita Kucherov are Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, Connor McDavid, Marcel Dion, Mike Bossy, Peter Stastny, and Sloppy D, Leon Draisaitl. That's it.
Wow. He's in that kind of company and nobody cares about his hockey cards.
Yep.
In general, there's outliers.
And he's not super old. I think he's 30? Something like that, or 32, something like that. So
has anyone have either of you seen any like teammates? Like, how's Kucherov as a teammate? Like, has anyone asked? Like, I'm curious. They're like, you know what? We know it doesn't translate well, but he's like the best guy. I go to his house all the time. Like, does that exist? Or is everyone like, I don't really know the guy?
I don't know.
He's
like a mystery.
Well, no, that's a great point you bring up. I mean, he seems like a pretty good personality, like during their cup runs, like when he was doing the post-game press conferences and that. He seems like a pretty good personality.
Yeah, then you got the All-Star or the award ceremony where he's like, I don't care. Like,
yeah, well, it's
maybe
funny.
he ate a gummy. I don't know. Maybe he was just like,
I think you get a couple of different types of the Russian hockey players in that though too, right? Like you have the goofy guys like Ovi. Like Ovi's like very goofy,
and that's not very common, right? I mean, as a culture, they're more reserved, tough as nail, like you know.
Yeah. So I think sometimes personality does play into those type of things. Sometimes, not all the time.
Okay, Kucherov is a 2013-14 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 574, 52% gem rate, last sold for $660 US on March 3rd. It's down 8% in the past month, up 4% in the past 3 months. 52-week high, $894 US. 52-week low, $474.
Look how skinny he is. Yeah. Did you see how skinny he was in there? Yeah, look how skinny. Thanks, Louis. He's so skinny, and now he's just like, the man, mature. The beef, late 20s. It kicks in, you know. Yeah. You'll figure it out soon, Troy. It'll happen.
Yeah, one of these days. Still hoping, Phil. Fingers crossed.
I thought you lived with your dad before the show. I didn't know.
That was hilarious. That is hilarious. Yeah, it feels like
I always forget how old you are. You're in your 30s, right?
Yeah, I'm 32. It feels like go get your dad.
I don't know.
My dad. You think he's here?
What's more meaningful to you guys? Your favorite player scoring 100 points in a season or getting 40 goals?
Oh, 40 goals.
40 goals.
Okay.
For me. Flashiness. Nobody cares. Yeah. Nobody cares about assists. It's all goals.
Like, Marner didn't even get 30 last year, and he got over 100 points. I mean,
he's not a big goal scorer.
Yeah, nobody cared. They should have. Toronto should have cared, but they didn't.
Well, speaking of goals,
that's like Eichel too. You can make that argument where he's just not a big goal scorer.
Not a big, he doesn't pump him in.
Yeah. What a leader, though. Yeah, good leader
for sure.
We got to talk about a goal, a big one in particular, and it's been about 6 minutes since we've talked about a Minnesota sports team, so I'm starting to sweat.
Oh my god,
a little bit. On Thursday night, the Minnesota Wild's Kirill Kaprizov scored an OV special, an empty net goal in the Wild's 5-1 domination of the Tampa Bay Lightning. It was Kirill's 35th goal of the season, but his 35th goal was a big goal, a major goal in Minnesota Wild history. He became the franchise's all-time leader in goals in our 25-year history. On the season now, he scored today, so he has 36 goals and 40 assists for 76 points in 64 games played. Now, this to me was very cool and kind of sad all at the same time. I'll get to the sad part in a minute. It was Kaprizov's 200th, 20th career goal with the team in 381 games played, 0.58 goals per game. So that's not bad. And now has two more goals than our previous leader, Marian Gaborik, who scored 219 goals in 502 games with the team. So again, very impressive for our guy Kirill. Here's the sad part. Our franchise leader in goals has 220. That's it.
Well, that's what I was thinking. When you said that, I was like, Gaborik was the first and only name that really came to mind. Because I'm like, after Kaprizov, who's got that many goals?
I did the research and I got sadder. Only two teams, the Seattle Kraken and Las Vegas Knights, have franchise goals leaders with less goals, and they've been around for about 7 minutes.
Are we going to do a segment on Jared McCann's accomplishments in Seattle as well? I mean, I think it's equally important if Seattle Kraken legend, Jared McCann. Yeah.
But we've been around for 25 years, and 220 is good enough for our all-time goals leader. That's rough.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Now it makes me think, though, looking forward, like when all is said and done, how many goals is Kaprizov going to have? And when's the next time they'll have a guy that'll even reach Kaprizov's?
Or can I add on to that? We also have Matt Boldy, who even more depressingly already has the 6th most goals in Minnesota Wild franchise history with 137. So if you're a Minnesota fan, it's crazy to think that both Kaprizov and Boldy, when it's all said and done, will probably be number 1 and 2 in franchise goals in history. And we still don't have a number 1 center.
Do you want to here's a weird take or a different take. Didn't Lane Hudson, as a rookie, break Montreal Canadian records? And that franchise is over 110 years old. And Lane Hudson broke all records by rookie defensemen last year.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I feel like the team and I think that's a good point, Phil, where it's like a team that's not necessarily known for their defense historically, except maybe PK and Shea Weber.
You talking Larry Robinson's not very happy with what you're saying right now. Doug Harvey. Yeah. Anyways.
Doug Harvey, the first Cale Makar and first Bobby Orr.
First Cale Makar. That's right, Joshua.
Okay. My guy, Kirill the Thrill, is a 2020 Young Guns, PSA 10 pop, 6,038, 65% gyro rate, less over 175 US on March 6th or 8th. March 8th. Okay, I want to stay on the goals train for a little bit for point number 5 in our weekly 7. So we talked about 100 points in a season milestone. And again, it got me thinking about other NHL career milestones. A huge one, of course, is 500 goals. And I was kind of like, well, who's next? Like, we got to have in the next couple months, could we have some more 500 goal scorers? Well, it's going to be a minute. And by a minute, it's probably going to be like the next 2 to 3 years before we see another 500 or new 500 goal scorer. So I've got a kind of a quick rundown where people are at. Believe it or not, Corey Perry is the closest active player with 460 career goals.
Get out of here.
No.
Holy crap. He's just been around forever. He's got like the Joe Thornton thing, right? I'm never retiring.
Exactly. I'm sitting there when I hear Corey Perry, I'm like, it's just because he's been here forever and he's not going anywhere.
But it might take him, if he decides to hang on for dear life, he's already 40. It might take him 3 years. Who knows? Do you
remember the movie Problem Child with John Ritter? I swear to God, Corey Perry's that ginger kid in that movie. He just grew up. Like Go ahead.
Okay, so the next closest are Brad Marchand at 451 goals. He's 37, so likely 2 years away to score 49 more, I would think. But probably will get it done within I don't see him getting 49 in a year.
How old's Marchand? How old did you
37.
say? 37. Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
he should get it done. And then you got Sloppy D, Leon Draisaitl at 432. He's just 30. But that'll still be a couple of years probably, and he'll at probably 650 plus when he's all said and done.
Yeah.
And then AM34, 427 career goals at 28 years old. Again, probably 2+ seasons away. It might take longer though, because he's not skating as fast with that really heavy gold medal.
He's a big guy. Eh? Like you have to have a Crosby type of work ethic off the ice to maintain that type of skill, and a bigger man, it's harder, right? Crosby's not as a big.
How many players do you guys think have scored 50 goals or 500 goals in the history of the NHL?
I used to know exactly how many. I don't know. I don't remember.
Bad at trivia.
I think it's what, 15? Not even?
No, I just gave it away. It's 50. 50 players have scored 500 goals.
Oh.
There's 4 that are not in the Hall of Fame. Do you guys think you can name? How many of the 4 do you think you could name?
Oh God.
One you should name you should get for sure.
Well, I do know one. One is Keith Tkachuk is definitely one of them.
Yes, that's the one I figured you would get.
Yeah, no, I do know Peter Bondra. I know that for sure.
That's 2. He has 503.
I will not get
more.
I will not get them.
Well, one is Patrick Marleau, who I don't think has been retired long enough.
You could have given a hint for that. You could have given a hint.
Yeah.
That was gettable.
I don't have to.
Yeah, I could have got Marleau given a hint.
Yeah. And then the other one's Pat Verbeek, 522 career goals.
Hartford Whaler legend, Pat Verbeek.
Really?
Okay, so
Fast skater.
as scoring continues to be up, do you guys see like that threshold ever having to be increased at all? Like or will 500 goals always be sort of that magic line?
I think hockey is a very traditionalist sport, so I feel like it would probably stay at 500.
It sounds good. It's half of 1,000, right? Whole numbers are
fair.
good. Let's use 500 as an example, right? Blah 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 blah. Like it's just it's a good math.
Yeah.
It's easy to comprehend. It's just it's a very visual number, and it's hard to achieve.
And I think 500 is pretty much across the board if you think of like all major sports. Well, I think of like home runs. I feel like it's another one. 500.
That's a good point.
Sometimes 600 in baseball for whatever reason. 600 is like another like a
steroid era, fun era or not, right?
Fun era. Yeah. But yeah, I think for the most part, 500 is kind of the standard in even other sports.
Well, we're on to number 6, and we've barely talked about Minnesota at all. So we got to come back to the.
You can't be serious. You can't be serious.
And I need my Babalouie here. Babalouie, you got to pop on the screen because we got to do a little bit of an ode. No, you're gonna sit and you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. We got to do a little ode to this past weekend, which is like Christmas here in the state of hockey. We had the annual Minnesota State Boys High School Hockey Tournament. It really is hard to describe, I think, to anyone not from Minnesota, the degree that this tournament is part of our fabric and culture. Mm-hmm. So it's typical over the weekend. We'll have more than 125,000 fans attend games with an additional estimated 1.5 to 2 million television viewers here in our state during the 5-day tournament, making it the second largest annual high school event in the United States for in-person attendance. Only the Texas UIL Football State Championship Week brings in more fans with about 190,000 total fans. And I think there's like 12 divisions though. So, and it's Texas. But which I think, again, going back to 125,000 fans, given hockey, of course, is not the most popular sport here in the U.S., it says something. On Championship Saturday for both the single A and double A divisions, it's not uncommon to have more than 20,000 fans at both title games. Keep this in mind that the arena, our Wilds Arena, Grand Casino Arena now, has only 18,000 seats. So they pack the arena past capacity to watch high school hockey. And then, when you grow up here, like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, school attendance in our state is very poor, as many parents let their kids stay home to watch quarterfinals, semifinals, matchups. There's the flow, of course. If anyone's never gone on to YouTube and looked up Minnesota State High School Tournament hockey hair videos, they are pretty epic. And because the television stations here, they do full team introductions before every game, and the kids skate up and say something ridiculous about their, hi grandma, or about their girlfriend, and have
It's adorable. It's very, very cute.
yes, and have the craziest hair. And if you've we were just to give like an idea too, like we were at a 50th birthday party on Friday at this like winery place, like bar, tap room, winery, and all around every man in the place had a phone out and was watching the state high school hockey tournament as Rosemont was taking on Minnetonka. It just kind of sucks everyone here in. And my favorite part about this tournament and I have a different perspective than Louis because I'm from outstate Minnesota. I'm from a northern Minnesota small town, and you get these, what we would always like think of as like a David and Goliath matchup, right? When you grow up in a small town in northern Minnesota, you always think of like the cities, going down to the cities where there's 3 million people in the Twin Cities metropolitan area. And these are the big, rich schools that have all the resources. And, in my town never had that. And so when you'd come, it's like kind of like those clashes were always really special. 55% of the population in our state lives in the Twin Cities metro area. And what was cool about this year is the championship games in both single A and double A was 3 of the 4 teams were outstate teams. So my hometown Hibbing took on Warroad, which is we talked about in our show a few weeks ago, 800 people in the town and 900 Division I hockey players in their history. It's just stupid. And the U.S. has never won an Olympic gold medal without a player from Warroad on that team. You could go on and on about them. Funny enough, the last time my town was in the state championship game was 1994. I was a sophomore in high school. I was at the arena when Warroad beat us again, and we lost in overtime this year. It got a little ugly. We had some kids lose emotional control, so that's all over the internet. You can go look that up if you want. And then we had Moorhead, who is kind of on like the North Dakota border, take on the vaunted Goliath Minnetonka Skippers, where Troy, if you're an OG Gongshow person, he's the coach on the girls' side. And again, another one of those David and Goliaths. A funny like little side note about Moorhead is their mascot is they're the Moorhead Spuds. Their mascot is a potato. I'm not kidding. They literally have like
that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. Come on, who doesn't love a good potato?
Yeah, right. And it's just a treasure. And if you ever had the chance to go or to watch it, and it made me think too over the weekend that we have the Wild, of course, for hockey. We have the Gophers in a rich tradition. We have Shattuck St. Mary's. I don't know if you had to like force Minnesotans to give up their hockey institutions, I think the state high school hockey tournament would go last. I think we would get rid of the
Wild before. It's that powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Josh, you talking about it like that, like me, probably 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, is exactly what you were saying. I got introduced to it by the kids with the hair and doing the introduction, watching it on YouTube. So I've known about it for that long, and I've known how big it is because, Buffalo is obviously a large hockey town adjacent, even though we didn't have the best teams. We're always interested in things like that. And I've always wanted to come to the tournament. It's always been like a bucket list thing of mine. I've always wanted.
Let's make
you
it
gotta
happen,
come, Troy.
Yeah, I would love to. I would seriously love to come see it because it looks like an absolute electric time. Yeah,
it's the biggest like shared statewide tradition we've had since 1945.
Yeah,
people come from everywhere to watch this, and what's fun about it is I'm glad, I don't remember when they did it, but I'm glad they have 2 different they got A and double A now to split it up a little bit.
Sure.
Otherwise David was always playing Goliath and it wasn't fun. But what's super cool is it puts the kids from the small towns on the big stage. I mean, who doesn't want to come down and play at what was formerly known as the X, It's the only time, like Josh said, kids aren't in school, especially if yours is in it. You can get away with watching it on your phone or on TV at work. Nobody's going to say anything.
Right.
Everybody's watching.
I went to work on Friday, and my boss didn't understand why I was at work because I really haven't been to work on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday during the tournament in the last 13 years I've been at that. He's like, "Are you okay?" Oh, yeah, I can wait. But then Josh called and wanted to watch the Hibbing game on that Thursday or Friday. So I left earlier than I already planned on leaving. So we did that. But it's honestly, it's not tooting our own horn either. This is the best high school hockey in the country. There's a reason why it's followed by so many. Sports Illustrated follows it. ESPN follows it. It's a cultural event that even goes past hockey.
The last thing I'll say, and Troy, like I wanted to look it up and I forgot to, but there's a pretty impressive list of NHL players that turned down the U.S. National Development and Training Program because they wanted to play their chance to play in the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament. Yeah. And who would turn that down? Right? I mean, it's crazy to think of anyone giving that opportunity up. And so, yeah,
we should have a Gongshow banner next year.
Yeah. Well, actually, the expo, Louis. So they have a huge expo of like hockey equipment and stuff, and we need to be involved.
Any dad that in those stands is equivalent to 100,000 people that see anything digital on their phone. I guarantee you. 100%. I guarantee it. That's how I grew my business, was in things like that, and it worked. Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun.
This is every high school hockey player's goal.
Yeah, you can feel it probably, like just the energy, you feel it. How
to get here? Yes,
I'm getting fired up just listening to you guys talk about it. Honestly, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, I gotta go.
The cool thing about this too is there's more generational than you would think. There's a lot of dads that played, and now the kids are playing.
Well, you had a Moorhead, the Cullen kid, who is the nephew of Matt Cullen, longtime NHL player, and. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean it's it's amazing. I think the only thing that was missed this year, Louis, was this the first year without Lou Nanne?
Yeah,
Lou Nanne, who's the godfather of Minnesota hockey, was a North Stars GM, played for the Gophers, Canadian by birth.
Oh,
was called the games on TV for 50 years.
Mm-hmm. When's the movie coming out? Come on, Netflix, let's go. Yeah, sounds like a great movie.
All right, well, thanks for that.
No, we're not. I want to beat it up a little bit more. You have to go back. No, you have to go back. Now, I think we've been playing this tournament, which blows me away. At the X or whatever Grand Casino Arena now it's called. I think we've been there for like 25. Well, since the Wild started, right?
Yeah.
25. Yeah. So. You have to go back and look at pictures if you haven't, though, because when they moved to the X, they started selling advertisements on the boards for it. But previous to that, where the X is, where it used to be the St. Paul Civic Center, the boards were clear, just like the glass. And it's something if you've seen it, you can never forget it. It was the coolest thing ever.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Okay, the last thing in the weekly 7, I think should be a fun exercise, and it's a thought exercise, kind of a group project. I stole this from who I consider the GOAT of sports podcasting, in my opinion, which is Bill Simmons, and he did it for basketball this past week, and I want to do it for hockey. So here's the goal. The 4 of us are going to come up with a list of who we think will be the top 5 NHL players 5 years from now.
Got it.
That's easy.
Right. And so and how he did, which I think is a good way for us to start, is we can maybe agree on who the locks are. Because when you do something like this, the first couple, like some names will probably immediately come to mind, but then it gets a little squirrely when it gets to.
I know who you guys are going to pick that I will not agree with.
I don't. I have him on my list. I do.
No. If you put Boldy, does not on the list.
He's not on my list.
No.
Good. Okay.
Oh, okay. So again, and you have to look at their ages. I have some information if we have questions on ages, but I'll just start as I think a lock would be Macklin Celebrini. 24 years old. Okay, so everyone agree with that?
To raise my hand. Okay,
we have Macklin Celebrini.
Is that what your forefathers, 4 scorers and My
Raise your
hand's up years ago.
hand
Yeah.
if you're sure. Or whatever. I don't.
It would seem shocking at this point if he wasn't one of the top 5 players. It would have to be like a major injury or serious girl problems.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? Okay, here's the next one I want to bring up. So in 5 years, Connor McDavid will be 33 years old. Do we think he's still one of the top 5 NHL players at 33?
I don't have him on my list, but yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
5.5. How's that?
Okay, so we'll have, so in our top 5 we have Celebrini and McDavid. Anyone that want to throw out any other people that they feel strongly are locks for the top 5 players in the NHL 5 years from now?
Bedard.
I wish he wasn't hurt this year. Can we talk about this after next year?
Nope.
I don't know. I want to say Bedard too.
Would you have Bedard in your top 10 right now?
Yes.
See,
Yes,
10,
it's a 5.
10 I agree.
Yeah. 10 I
10
agree.
I
Yeah.
agree. 5.
Nobody has a shot like that and is wasting it. You know,
You're right.
Yeah.
Great shot. Very smart player. He's already carrying a whole team's offense at his age. Come on.
Well, he's going to miss the leadership of Nick Foligno.
Don't you stop? Just be grateful. But you want Nick Foligno in the playoffs. You don't listen, man. Intangible things.
I just
tell you
like
what.
just like this to cause trouble, Phil.
I was going to say, call this episode the callback because I feel like there's been so many callbacks from Josh.
Well, he'll be 25, like right at the prime
Mm-hmm.
of his career. All right, we'll pencil in Bedard at number 3. And
Okay.
so we have Celebrini, McDavid, Bedard. Now, is anyone confident enough in Matthew Schaefer at this point to nominate him? He'll be 23 years old 5 years from now.
Not on my list.
It's a very good guess. No, anybody picks him, you're just guessing now. I mean, we're all gonna lean towards probably, but I feel he shouldn't be part of this conversation. It's a disingenuous.
We call that a safe bet. But
Yeah, there you go, Louis. Thank you.
I was thinking if we're going to talk defenseman, I mean, how old will Makar be?
32.
32.
Yeah, but he's not.
McKinnon will be 35
right now. I mean,
I don't have McKinnon on my list.
Yeah, what about McKinnon? 35 years old? Do you think he's still a top 5 NHL player?
he's a big boy. He's got I don't know. How is his off ice maintenance? Is it Crosby-esque? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't, I want to say kill Makar, but
I got him on my list.
I was say, I thought Makar. He popped into my head.
Shimmy Shanks will be 26. He probably doesn't score enough goals to be a top 5 NHL player.
yeah,
But he doesn't have that elite transition play like Makar does either.
Okay.
he's quite the skater though. It's you can teach it. Lane Hudson's got such a big ceiling, and the only thing that's capping him is his biology. It's height, I guess. But
Yeah.
So
do you want us to say
Quinn Hughes will
people?
be 31. Do you think that he might be better than Makar 5 years from now?
No, but he's on my list.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Makar are so 1A, 1B. I don't know. I feel like I go back and forth with them.
Who's got better defensive edge work than Quinnesota right now? Come on. He's like Kaprizov on D.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're not mentioning I always kind of put Wyatt Johnston and Timmy Stutzel kind of.
Yeah,
Hold on,
Johnston
we're not
will
there
be
yet.
27 and Stutzel will be 28. Johnston has 34 goals this year. And I think here's the case for Johnston and we saw this the other week. So this is his 4th NHL season. Here's his goal totals in his first 4 years: 24, 32, 33, and now already 34.
Yeah. He's getting it's clicking.
And nobody
Same with
talks about him.
Doesn't get the love.
Right.
He's good, man. My Timmy Stu is he's putting on some incredible. He's playing some amazing hockey. I wouldn't be surprised if either of those two guys crack that top 5.
I got him on my list, Phil.
Yeah, Wyatt
Yep.
or Timmy.
Timmy.
Attaboy, Louis. Yeah, well, you watch your son's games. Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. He can take over the game. Wyatt Johnston's just, I don't know. He's great to watch too. He's kind of.
He's great to watch, but I can't watch Dallas until we end up playing him in the playoffs. I hate Dallas. I can't watch him. But Timmy Stu, Dude, Stützle is off a rush.
Yeah,
amazing.
He's amazing.
Amazing.
He's tighten it up a little bit more, and I would say he's in it. But
I'm gonna throw another name out there. Cole Caulfield will be 29. He's got 37 goals this year.
Cole, you know what? Cole Caulfield's going to have 2 or 3 50-goal plus seasons. I'm calling it.
I feel okay putting Cole on there.
Yeah, he's gonna maybe this year. I mean, I don't know. Is he getting close? No.
Has anyone seen enough from Demidov or Slavkovsky to feel confident that either one of those in 2031 would be one of the top 5 NHL players?
I don't think so.
Not top. I don't think top 5.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Demidov. I don't know how I feel about his play. I notice him or I don't. Like I know I could be wrong. I'm sorry, Montreal fans, but every time I catch a Habs game, I notice Caulfield more than Demidov. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why. I have no idea.
Well, there's another.
I got a dark horse.
I was just gonna say, I'd argue there's games where you notice Suzuki more than Demidov.
Wow, come on. Yeah, he's such a smart player. You're like, whoa, he's in defense. Oh, he's in the forecheck. Oh, he's back there. Yeah,
I love the guy. I'm just basically backing up what you're saying, though, because, like, you notice Cole. I would argue there's some games where I notice those two guys before I notice Demidov. Demidov will pop off for a game or two, and, he'll be the highlight reel that he is. And then, Cole Caulfield or Nick Suzuki's back in the foreground, and then Demidov takes a little bit of the background. So I mean, they have a good problem. They're just a deep team with a lot of good players, so it's a good problem for them to have.
We're also forgetting a big category here of it's very likely that one of the top 5 players 5 years from now does not play in the NHL currently.
Well,
could it be a Gavin McKenna?
You'd say likely?
Or I would say,
who's in the top 5 now? That was 5. So is Celebrini top 5 right now? He's got to be
100%.
Okay, who's next? That's 24 and less. I don't think anybody for like 20.
But it could be a Gavin McKenna or some like 15-year-old that'll be 25 years from now.
That doesn't count.
My point is what Celebrini's doing this year has not been done in a very long time.
Of course,
unless I'm forgetting something.
It hasn't been done since Wayne Gretzky in 1980.
Yeah. So the chances are, I'm betting against you, Matt, again on that one. Yeah.
No, I'm just throwing it out there as a possibility, though, right?
Possible.
Yeah.
What about what's kind of sad here? We're not talking about Fantilli or Kent Johnston. Is it Johnson or Johnston? I don't know. He's really good every time I watch.
Well,
I got your. You want my sleeper pick? I actually kind of put some work into this.
Okay.
Just trying. We all knew who. I know. Something's wrong. I didn't feel good today, so I had time to do something. He'll be 26. Leo Carlson.
Ooh, that's a sleeper pick.
He was floating around. He was in the back.
Louis grabbed him.
He was in the back of my head, Louis. He was in the back of my head. He's another one.
Interesting.
What about Cutter on the same team? He's got 32 goals in his second year.
Sure.
Gauthier? I don't know. I don't watch any Ducks. Man, they're gonna make the playoffs this year, I think. Hey, what's going on with that? That's craziness.
Well, okay. So we have Celebrini as a lock, McDavid as a lock, Bedard as a. I'm not 100% just as confident, but I'll roll with it. And then are we going to Makar in the 4th spot? Is that
why I don't? Do we all have to agree? Can we just kind of like?
Well, kind of.
Is that okay?
This isn't. I'm just throwing it out there. Did anybody have any sort of goaltender on their list at all? I'm just curious. Is there any
goaltending? Is sad.
A little early to be drinking there, hey, Troy?
No. I'm genuinely asking because my answer would be like goaltending is weird. Like I can't think of anybody who's like.
I would love it to be my boy Dusty Wolf, but
you're dominant. You know what I mean?
Sucks this year.
Isn't the question who has the most points and who are the top 5 point getters in 5 years?
Top 5 players. Top 5 players. Just the best players in the hockey.
All right, I'm sorry for yelling.
I'm not going to get any love out of this, but I seriously would pull McDavid off that list. I would put leave Makar on there, and I would put Leo Carlson and Timmy Stu.
Wow, I would never ever get rid of McDavid on that list.
Yeah,
you never know. You never know in 5 years.
I like it. No, stick to it. I like it, Louis. Yeah. Fine. Then I'm really happy. No one picked.
Well, he.
It's not. Hold on, Lucas Raymond.
Oh.
No one picked Lucas Raymond. That's right, Jeff McMahon and Wingdinger. Yeah. And Billy
I think
Celio.
Raymond will be good, but top 5 player in the NHL. That's you're.
I'm just saying they're gonna listen. The trolls on the streets will get upset.
I don't know. This is way too hard. It's got to be like out of 7 because I still think Quinnesota needs to be on there. McDavid, yes, he should be there. But
So you want to do
the
it?
Hughes? Listen,
you
you
wanna
can't
do it.
pick any of the Hughes. They all get hurt. They haven't proved that they're resilient on the ice yet. I'm sorry. Great players, amazing, but you can't say play a full season, then we'll decide.
okay, Bedard, Celebrini, Carlson, Stutzel, and then you guys pick whoever else. How's that? I win.
I like it.
Well, I would maybe we don't have to agree. I guess I would go with Celebrini, McDavid, Bedard. I'm on board with Makar, and I would throw Schaefer on there. And I'm maybe because I think it would be awesome if 2 of the 5 best players in the league were defensemen.
Yeah.
And the game is changing where like you got 2 different. You got basically you want 1 stay-at-home defenseman and 1 like 4th forward, basically. Anyways, and so to me it kind of makes sense.
What is it like? It's like 6 goals plus now per game. That's the average when it used to be like 4.5 or 5. I don't.
6.3, I think, is this season's average.
It's not stopping. But rest in peace, goalies.
I would. It's funny because I would take a piece from Josh and I would take a piece from Louis. Meaning, it would be awesome if there was 2 defensemen, but I would take Quinn over Schaefer.
What? I don't taste good? You don't want a piece of me? Huh? You don't like souvlaki?
You're
Phil,
chewy.
baby. Phil, baby, you're great. You're doing everything. Just keep
I'm
doing
a little tough, mate.
You're a little tough.
Well, okay, and I haven't seen but I think I've seen 2 Schaefer games. Has anyone watched enough where, like for instance, you watch Celebrini play a few games and you're like, this is not a fluke. You know, some players go
No,
and
Schaefer's
they go on
the real
a run of like 20 games. The kid's got 20 some goals already as an 18-year-old. So if it's not a fluke, then that's completely unprecedented, almost.
I don't know.
It's still, it's not a good pick.
Sustainability. Like I'm not saying he's not going to be great, but is he going to be top 5?
Okay.
Year in and year out. I guess it's a
Let's do
now,
this next year. Let's do this next year, and we'll.
But right now, sure, put Schaefer on there, but you don't know if he's gonna give him 3 or 4 years. So let's see if he stays healthy. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Well, here's what we're gonna do to finish this off. We're just gonna go around. We're just gonna give our predictions, and 5 years from now, we'll have breaking rates when I'm right.
Why does Nick Schmaltz not get any love? I don't understand. He's a great player. Nick Schmaltz. Yeah.
You have not once mentioned Jakey Poo, and
no, because I don't think he will. Because I'm
or Shane Pinto.
He'll be in the top 5. Maybe top 10, top 15, but not top 5. Okay. No.
So my 5, I'm going to Celebrini, McDavid, Bedard, Makar, and Schaefer. Troy, who are you going with?
Celebrini, McDavid, Bedard, Makar, and I'm trying to think who else was the other one. I mean,
that's good.
I would probably put Quinn Hughes on there.
What?
I like it.
Oh God!
All right, Philip. Who are your top 5 in the next 5?
Saving the
5 years
best for last.
Woo! Yep.
So I'm gonna agree with. I'm gonna go Celebrini, Bedard. Timmy Stew is my homer pick because I'm just loving that German right now. I'm gonna go.
Well, you'd probably go with McDavid since you said you'd never leave.
No, I'm sorry. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, McDavid has speeded up. I apologize. And the 5th one, I mean, it's.
You just named 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So
there's my 5. Thanks.
And then we will let Baba Louie round it off.
Bedard, Celebrini, Timmy Stew, Quinnesota, and Makar.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's kind of fun. And let us know in the chat who your top 5 would be. I'm interested to see what people think there. Slab Sharks, the Gongshow partner sponsor, thankful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks weekly auction is live. Ends this upcoming Thursday night. Another big auction this week. More than 5,500 sports cards only, because now they split up the auctions available to bid on. Head to slabsharks.com, mark your favorites, get your early bids in. Slab Sharks, of course, is the biggest weekly auction, #1 place, in our opinion, to sell your cards when you need some cash. The whole hobby is tune in Thursday nights to pick up some new PC cards and see what the grails end up selling for. And why is it the best? Because they make it simple. They basically do all the work, and I mean literally almost everything. People are, when we get messages from people that are first-time submitters, they're like, so I just sign the form and write the number of cards on it? And we're like, yep. And they're like, really? Yeah, that's all you got to do. And then they got you from there. Plus, they have their app, which gives you all the information you'd ever want to track the progress of selling your cards. And if you're a U.S. collector, you've got a big, some would say sexy, major advantage on your side. It's Baba Louie, as we partnered with Slab Sharks to be the official U.S. submission partner, meaning you don't have to worry about shipping your cards internationally. You send them into us, and we get your cards into the auction for you. For complete consignment information, including payout rates, and to get the submission process started today, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news.
Hobby news. Troy, you got to say something. You got to say hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
There we go. There we go. Okay. This like legitimately blew my mind about our hobby. I'm curious to see if you guys will react the same way. So this info comes from a collect.com story. Saw some interesting data the other day regarding the growth of trading cards since 2019. So Collect broke down sales from basically last, 7 years, 2019 to 2025 into 3 categories. Number of card sales greater than 10,000 US, number of card sales greater than 100,000 US, and then, finally to get into big boy LeCastro's territory here, number of sales greater than $1 million USD, because we know that's how you roll. And the 100,000 and million is that's a pie in the sky, I think, for this group here. But I wanted to dig in a little bit into the smallest category, which is not very small, but sales of more than 10,000 and above, which is, who knows, one day all of us might at least dip their toes in those waters maybe once.
Maybe.
So here's the data since 2019. Looking at, again, these are the total sales of more than 10,000 US dollars. So in 2019, it was just under 2,000 sales. In 2022, when the hobby last peaked, it grew to just under 22,000 sales. Here's the crazy thing, though, is that last year we hit 24,994 card sales of more than 10,000 US dollars, and beat the past 2022 high. And what stood out to me about that, first of all, is when the hobby peaked after the pandemic, most of us said it'll take decades to get back to this level.
Guilty as charged, yeah.
It took 3 years.
Yeah,
right?
Not even.
And we've already eclipsed it. But here's the bonkers part. If you look at the first 3 months of this year, our pace in 2026 is to have 41,000 trading card sales of more than 10,000 US dollars.
That is bonkers, like you said. That's the hobby's health. So now that's too fast growth, right? Is this where the analysts come in and say this is not sustainable? I don't know.
I mean, now, Troy, I know you can't give like numbers, but of course you work at Dave & Adams. You're the largest seller of cards, I think, on the planet. I mean, you guys must be noticing just like that this hobby is like bonkers, right? I mean, I don't know a better word to describe it.
Yeah, no, and obviously I know we've talked primarily hockey cards on here, and then delve into some other stuff every once in a while, but it doesn't surprise me because I think about the chase cards that have come out in some product in the last year or so. I think about the MLB debut patches. I think about the other cards that they're kind of doing, Panini on its last hurrah too, with like different and things like that, kind of their last little bit of licensing they do have. And then, in Topps, they did those not the debut, but they did the Logoman, the gold ones with like Shohei and Aaron Judge, like the MVP players. And, those are all cards that are in that little bracket that you were saying of not even 10K plus, but 100K plus, million plus. So I think we got to look at it from that kind of standpoint too. And obviously this year the Macklin Celebrini stuff has exploded. I mean, the product trying to get his rookie, that product has all skyrocketed because of the player he's become and the showing he's had between the Olympics and his second year.
Well, and
So-
some American buyers came in too and just rocked
Yes.
Tori Olsen said it best, changed it changed its stratosphere. It wasn't a leg up. It's not like inflation. Oh, that's the next step. It blew it out of the water, right? It added a decimal point. Some of these Celebrini sales, and they're staying. Now look at Schaefer's Young Guns, and I mean, he's a defenseman, for God's sakes. We don't even know if he's going to be a Makar type of defenseman. I mean, okay, yes, that's up for debate, right? We know, but
and last little bit I would say on that is just even if we just kind of narrow it down super specific to the cup, in my opinion, I feel like in the last, I don't know, we'll say 5 years, this is the most cup that I've seen open. Like, people are still breaking cup, and it's been 2 to 3 months now, like consistently. Consistently. Like, I don't
think there's going to be much 24-25 cup left a year from now. I think that it'll be, which usually, like, if you're a breaker, you can go find 23, 24 cup, 22, 21, any kind of year you want, and I think it's going to be gone. So I'm trying to when we were in the last boom and we had people getting government checks, we had kind of work shut down, we had this sort of like last dance. It was just a weird time society wise.
Yeah.
That it kind of felt like, okay, that maybe that led people to seek a diversion and get back into with the last dance into basketball cards and kind of find trading cards again. And I wasn't shocked when it kind of came back again. The part that is what goes up must come down. So at some point, right, we're gonna markets always go up and down. It can't just go up forever. But when I think of this year, so looking forward to the rest of 2026, so next 9 months or so, I feel like the hobby's also really healthy in a way. I mean, it's like on one hand, it feels like it's exploding out of control, but it just seems like that it's the whole world is collecting now. Whether you're into Pokemon or baseball cards or Labubu or whatever,
it's not frowned upon, but it's not as nerdy, I guess. Like, being a nerd's kind of cool now,
Yeah, and big, and like A-list celebrities are into it.
The number one thing, so it's been brought up when I bump into people at the gym, sometimes in the summer too, and I'm going out for lunch with my guys, I'll bump into people. They know I'm the hockey card. Like, I'm Phil with Hockey Cards. Even before Gongshow, loud collector.
Yeah.
Kind of in my neighborhood, a hockey card. Phil likes hockey cards. Now, when people bring it up, I mean, no one just randomly brings up hockey cards. The number one thing, and from my life, my experience, Kevin O'Leary's involvement. You call him Mr. Wonderful. He's just Kevin O'Leary to me, and he's been around forever up here, and he's been in our media way before you guys even knew who he was, right? He's just been around, but his involvement hit my buddy Adam Duan, drafted in the show. NHL, big shout out, one of my boys from Canada. Big shout out to Adam Duan. I just saw him the other day. He was like, "Whoa, these cards are going crazy, eh? Like O'Leary." And Adam would never bring up cards with me. He knows I'm Phil. We grew up together since little kids. He knows I collect hockey cards. Adam is he used to be an assistant coach for the Ottawa 67s. He's very, very thoroughly involved in everything and anything to do with hockey and Ottawa. He never would bring up hockey cards with me. And just last week, Kevin O'Leary's involvement brought it up with me and Adam. What does that mean? I don't know, but that's big to me in my life. And he's not the only one. Lots of people bring up how Kevin O'Leary has been involved. And I don't even know how he was involved with that Shine guy, or I don't even know. I really don't care. But I think it's cool that it's brought awareness to it.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that was, when you were finished, that's exactly what I was going to say, is he just was seen on a red carpet or something, and he had the Jordan Kobe dual Logoman 101.
It wasn't even a hockey card?
No, it wasn't even a hockey card. Yeah,
I don't even know what it was. Yeah.
And he had it in a chain with like Tiffany.
Well, that's the new thing, to bling it out.
To bling it out. So
I don't want to do that.
No, I don't want to do that either.
But it worked. What does he care? He's good.
But when you have Tom Brady opening card shops and talking about
all that stuff, I think that's a big part of all this. Yeah,
Tops doing their rip nights. We just had Kevin Hart here in Eagan, Minnesota.
Oh, I love Kevin Hart. So funny.
I think all those things are making is that it's the playing the media game and bringing I think the hobby has gone mainstream. I think it's not the church basement weird smelling guys hobby anymore.
It still is, and I'm very comfortable with that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, like that's okay. That we're very used to that as well. But take a back seat. That's why I hope the expo. I understand loyalty. I understand loyalty to a fault, but there's a lot of heavy hitters in our hobby that are in the smaller pavilion, and they shouldn't be. And there's a lot of old farts from church basements that are in the main pavilion. And I understand loyalty, but sometimes you what's a better analogy? You got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. No, that's the analogy I'll use.
What's a good time to be in the hobby?
Yeah,
I guess
fun.
that's the.
Oh, for sure.
We had GemRate release their grading recap for February of 2026 last month. I want to go through it quickly. There is one really interesting part of this that I think pertains to the hockey hobby. So first of all, we'll take a look at the total cards graded last month. Overall, pretty flat. I think total grading activity was down 1% in February compared to January, but up 28% year over year. February is always goofy in the business world, given that it's the shortest month of the year, 28 days versus months that have 30 or 31 days. That makes a difference. On a per business day average, grading was up actually 4% compared to January. Now narrowing it down to total sports cards last month. So PSA's total items decreased by 8% year over year, but was up 5% month over month. It is crazy how tiny the percentage of sports cards to total cards, meaning how big TCG continues to get is, again, that's a trend that I think will probably continue this year. Biggest sport card gain was CGC, up 92% year over year. So they continue to make ground in the sports cards category. SGC's slow death continues, losing 73% of volume year over year. And Tag barely has a pulse in sports cards. Only 4,000 sports cards graded last month. Looking at category wise, hockey is in its normal place. We're ahead of racing and boxing. Yay!
Yeah.
But basically behind everything else. PSA grading activity for hockey was down 3% last month. 10x more baseball cards were graded than hockey cards in February. So there's that. Okay, here's where it gets a little bit interesting. So there's no hockey players on PSA's most graded athletes, but there is one hockey card. And I was not aware of this card. It's a 2026 Upper Deck Capitals promo Grade 8 event, Alexander Ovechkin, number 900. So what Upper Deck and the Capitals did is they have been running a promo, I think over 3 recent games, home games against the Mammoth, Flames, and Phil Senators, where if you bought 2 tickets, you got this card, which we're showing that was already graded and was graded as a PSA Authentic. So
it's a great card. Wow. That's an awesome. I want a Crosby card like that.
I like that.
Yeah, and so they graded 800 of these last month, and which made the top 10 most graded individual cards because, of course, every card was graded as part of the promo. And so it made me curious if Upper Deck will be doing this sort of thing with other teams going forward. And as opposed to putting it, I guess, in a top loader, they PSA, I guess it's authenticated then and with the PSA Authentic slab.
I'd be interested to see if anybody cracks the slab and actually submits it to get a real grade.
Oh, I'm sure people will.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a bunch of them.
The savvy entrepreneur, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing, though, that continues to, and Troy, we made this point a week or two ago on the show. If you go back to Bernardapalooza, when his Young Guns came out, for months, he was on the Pop Reports, that card.
Yeah.
Macklin Celebrini has not once yet made it onto the top graded athletes or his Young Guns and the top graded cards. And you have to assume that that's coming at some point. Like it's weird. It would be wild to think that thousands of Celebrini Young Guns have not been sent to PSA already.
I guess what I'm curious about is kind of what's transpired in the last couple months is, obviously they've been raising the prices and people were outraged about that, but I know people are still just going to grade their cards. Even though they throw this fit, they're still going to grade the cards. But my thing is too, is like, I know Young Guns is one of the toughest cards to grade though. I mean, they people love grading them, but
like high 20s, low 30% gem rate typically.
yeah, it's a tough card. So I don't know if maybe, and this is not me, targeting anybody, but I'm just saying maybe QC wasn't as good on the Macklin ones as on the Bedard ones, and people are.
I think Bedard's a little bit better. I think Bedard's like 40% and Macklin is low 30s.
It's different every year. I mean, I mean, if I was PSA, I would hire psychologists, or I don't know if that's the right people to do, and I would somehow find a way to find the best way to give, like, what are the best percentages to make something manufactured scarce, right? So I'd be like, is 27.3% the best gem rate to get people to keep playing the game and submitting? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Psychology, use it against us, right? Just like everything else. No
you should hire a psychologist and use it on yourself first. That's what I would do.
I want to. Yeah. Well, that's, well then. I filled my quota. Yeah. I'm good.
Okay. I have one more hobby news story that this is also kind of was hard for me to get my head wrapped around. So now I think we're going to have like gambling on gambling here in the hobby. So you actually referenced a card we're going to talk about, Troy, a minute ago. So this Thursday, a pretty big baseball card, the 2025 Topps Chrome Dual MVP of Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. It's the gold MLB Logo Man patch auto dual patch auto 101. It's actually currently live in the Fanatics Premier Auction, which ends on March 19th. Last time I checked, it was already almost at $1 million. At like 950,000 was the bid, and it's going to go for a big number. I think we all know that. And while many think that aspects of sports card hobby is gambling already, a company called BetOnline.ag has taken that notion a big step further by allowing you to actually place a bet on the final sales price.
Beautiful. Love it. Yeah, do it.
Place the over-under of this sale at 5.5 million US. So if you have a successful wager of $20, would net you a profit of $16.67. And now don't love to get into like personal opinions on stuff like this often on the show, but I'll admit I'm somewhat libertarian on these issues. I'm kind of follow to each of their own largely. And personally, I'm not a big gambler. Like I don't sports bet or anything like that. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Would you ever place a bet on what a sports card would sell for?
No, but I like gambling. I like gambling. I think that's in degenerate category, which, hey, I mean, there's degenerates that need loving too, right? So that's all that is. That's lazy. Yeah. I mean, but somebody did it. Everyone's going to have something to say. I respect someone that does the thing, right? No matter how stupid the thing is, someone woke up and did something more than you did today. So let them, right? And then there's other people that are going to buy it. And then it's fun to watch.
How is this not manipulated, though? Because if the over-under is 5.5 million, what if I just bet or bid 5.6 million and then place like a $4 million bet on that? When you
mean something not regulated might have collusion? No, you don't say, Madigan.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. Have you ever watched a Backyard Breaks break? Or any of their contests? Yeah, there's collusion everywhere.
I don't get all these prop bets. Like, have you seen the Super Bowl like bets where like you can bet if Grammy award winning artist is singing the national anthem, and you can bet if it's like the over under is like 2 minutes and 37 seconds. And I always think it's like, well, if I'm the singer, why don't I hand $100,000 to my cousin or something like that and have their friend, and hold the note a little bit longer and go over, and
you're not going to waste your singing career. That's why I always think it's like the Pete Rose with the baseball. I'm like, why did you? I believe him. He didn't bet on his own team, or I don't know.
Well, why again, I'm not advocating you should do that. It seems like that a lot of these bets could be manipulated very easily. So I don't know. What do you think, Troy?
I mean, I'm at the point where it's just like everything where it's a good idea until it's not. And it's going to be one of those things where, a large portion of us are like, oh yeah, you know what? It's just fun. Let me throw a few dollars on it here. But then there's going to be that small group of people that are just going to ruin it for the rest of us. There is going to be a problem where somebody's going to be like, well, hey, like, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to bid it up to this thing. So here's a little inside baseball for you. And then, So I don't know, but I'm kind of out with you, Josh, to each their own. I mean, if people really choose that they want to spend their money on that, so be
There's
it.
a take on everything. Everything we buy, everything we do, someone's taking a piece on the way up, no matter how legal it is and shiny and bright and safe. And come on.
Okay,
this
for
one's just
fun.
a little more obvious.
Well, the thing is too, like, you know, if I look at it from an entrepreneurial standpoint or
course,
or like a business standpoint, it's like, it's brilliant. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? You know, it makes complete sense.
You know what works the best at any fair, anything? 50-50. Get your 50-50 tickets here. It's the easiest thing on the planet. That's how the mob works. Like, that's how everything starts. Everything, like charities at school or any racketeering, or like it's all 50-50. Like, oh, I got 50, but
yeah. So I'll have fun watching it from the sidelines. I think it'll be interesting. Like when it goes through in that, a breakdown of percentage of, like, you know, how many people, you know, how, like, you know, I know Bleacher Report has a whole betting page, and they'll do it like, this guy put $5 on this and made this crazy parlay and cashed out. So, like, you know, if they give us some stats afterwards, I think that would be interesting.
Well, there's a whole like Polymarket and Call Sheet thing now coming on too. But okay, so let just for fun, and Louis, you can chime in here too. The betting fairy gives us each $1,000 to place on this auction. Are you going over or under 5.5? I think I'm going over on this one.
I'm over.
You're probably the most knowledgeable when it currently comes to baseball cards, Troy. What are you doing?
Troy's thinking about how to manipulate the market here.
Yeah, right. Here we go. Right.
He's like, wait a minute. What did you say that was? BetOnline.one?
Yeah.
Troy, before you answer this, I got a question though, and this isn't a dig on Judge, but do you think because Judge is on here with Ohtani, it hurts it?
No.
Or
Who
not?
would be better, Juan Soto?
I'm just asking.
No,
but it's both MVPs. That's what makes it so special, right?
Never mind, my bad. Yeah, okay.
It's both MVPs. But I would even look at it this way, right? People who can catch West Coast baseball love Shohei Ohtani. People who can watch East Coast baseball, Aaron Judge is their guy. I think too, it's just a matter of, you know, how many eyes you can get on each person. But I mean, Aaron, like, next to Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge is probably the next household name in baseball, in my opinion, right now in the current climate. Like, for current players,
you could have some Japanese billionaire just go ham on this. I mean, that's the outlier here, right? It's an international baseball card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you're going over under, Troy?
It's probably.
Gosh, answer the damn question.
I know it's tough because I could see it going for like 3 to 4, maybe like right under. You know what? You guys all said over, just for fun. I'll go.
Okay.
But not under by much. But
Casual Troy. It's all in the name. Casual Troy. Easy breezy Troy. It's also easy breezy Troy. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Bubbly.
It's a brand thing. Just protecting the brand, you know?
The other day we had the opportunity to check in with the boys from Saskatoon Card and Collector Experience. It's been a minute since we talked to Carter or Justin. Justin wasn't there. I don't know. Where was he, Phil? Was he getting like
changing diapers and making babies? That's what he was doing.
Okay.
I still got a little scar on my ankle from one of his feral children biting me.
They are currently working on throwing their second annual now show coming up this September. So it's fun to check in with Carter. He also had a little vacation in sunny California, met up with Dave, and I was very excited to get his fish out of water perspective, of course, as Canada's Yosemite Sam in LA. So here's our conversation with Carter. We're excited to welcome back Carter Yelle from the Saskatchewan Card and Collector Experience back to the Hockey Card Gongshow podcast. Hey, Carter, how are you, buddy?
Good. How you guys doing?
Not bad.
I'm good. How are you, Carter? Josh already asked you that. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
How are you, Phil? How are you, Carter? How are you, Josh? We could just do that for the next 20 minutes and
have a good day.
More people would quit the show.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Bye.
Oh, hi, Louis. Where we have to start is, I think the burning question when it comes to you is, how much did it cost to be able to talk like Yosemite Sam, and was it a long recovery from the surgery?
Well, I was blessed this way, Josh. So
yeah, Phil, we need to. I've had I don't know if this has ever crossed your mind, but I've had visions of like a Saturday Funhouse Gongshow cartoon. Like for sure, Carter is a voice actor on
Oh,
that.
100%.
You have the most
100%.
amazing. You're Canada's Yosemite Sam. You know
Yeah,
that,
thank you.
right?
When we were in California last week, I would just like talk to a complete stranger, and it was like 30 seconds in, they're like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Canada." Like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Did you get any marriage proposals? People
Yeah, to
wanting
work
to
on
come
the
up?
ladies.
No, nothing.
No,
Nothing.
Okay. Well, coming up at the end of September, not October this year, it's at the end of September, a little bit earlier. Of course, the whole hobby is looking forward to the second installment of the Saskatchewan Card and Collector Experience. After a year, I can now say the name, so I'm pretty
Yep.
proud of myself there. And you had sent an update on sales and a very good report. You're what, like 70-ish% sold out at this point?
Yeah, we're exactly 70% sold out. And it's just kind of selling itself at this point. It was a lot of fun and big success, and people want to come back. And we're really looking forward to the fall. It'll
Is
be a
it
good time.
weird not to feel so panicked this year?
I feel like I wasted a lot of energy on certain things that we didn't have to do. And this year it's kind of taking care of itself and putting that energy into other parts of the show, make it better, bigger.
Knowing what you know now, is there even has it crossed your mind, or is there a tinge of maybe regret or lost opportunity that you didn't try to go for 2 and schedule 1 in the spring? Or do you still think, given the show is still young and growing, it's a baby, that still once a year is the best for now?
I think with the size of Saskatchewan being smaller, 1.3 million people, we have a show here once a month in the mall in Saskatoon, and there's a couple in Regina. And I feel like if we have the big show in Saskatchewan once a year, it gives a lot to look forward to, and it just makes it that much more exciting. So I think we'll keep it as is for now. Maybe if there's a bigger demand for it in the future, but as of right now, I feel like this is the best approach for it.
Carter, have you noticed the shopping mall attendance has increased? Like, have you affected your local culture of card collecting?
Big time. Yeah, big time. Like most of the vendors there are part of our vendors, and they all said the same thing. Since our show has taken place, it's gone up in the mall. So I'm happy for those guys. And even the Regina show, they had a bigger turnout this year as well. So I think that we kind of put Saskatchewan on the map a little bit that way, and brought people out of the woodworks and made it cool again,
Rejuvenates, juices up the batteries on the old farts a little bit more too, right? When a middle-aged man like yourself, who they would call a young lad, Carter, the young lad, and Justin are rejuvenating our batteries, and they must be really proud, right?
Yeah, they are. And it's like, it's healthy here. The hobby's healthy. I went to 2 different hobby shops yesterday. They were both packed for Series 2 release, and it was it's good to see. I mean, it's healthy. So
yeah. Have you found that folks or vendors that maybe typically set up at shows that were maybe risk adverse, right? Certain people don't like to be early adopters. They want to wait it out and see how it goes and then jump on later. Have a number of the people that have already committed, were they maybe folks that didn't want to take the risk last time and now have seen the success of the show and are willing to give it a shot for themselves?
yeah, I would say about half a dozen vendors from half a dozen people from last year that didn't want to come into our show booked right away this year. And then a lot of the vendors that, like, there's probably 20 vendors that were like, I'll just take 1 table. Now they expanded to 2 or 3. So it's it's really like the people that were there last year really appreciated it and had a good show, and they want to take total advantage of next year's show. Or this year's show, I guess.
We've seen a lot of shows pop up in cities in Canada. The hobby's on fire in general. Like, we've already alluded to that a little bit. And so everyone that is trying to take advantage of that, and which is amazing, right? I don't think more shows is a bad thing as long as people go to them. But we have one in July that was just announced in Halifax. There's a Calgary Expo. I think probably more and more stuff around Vancouver. They added the expo people added the kind of the mini expo in Toronto. How much real estate is really left in Canada because you must have looked at this are we getting to the point where all the bases are covered, or is there still more opportunity for more shows in Canada?
I think
Whitehorse.
there's two. There's two cities I think that would still have a go at a reasonable show, but I think other than that, they're all taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the two cities?
Yeah.
I'd say Ottawa and Winnipeg, but that's just for me looking at a map.
Yeah.
I don't know. You would have a bit better understanding in Ottawa if a show like this would be able to make a go of it there. Winnipeg, I think, needs one. I think Winnipeg needs one, but they have one that continues to expand every year. So I think that one will eventually get to this size. It's always been a 1-day show. Now I think maybe next year will be a 2-day is what I've heard. So
look at you, eh? You're like a trade show connoisseur now. You know,
Yeah,
you're
You're in the club. You're a big, you're a
in the
hobnobber.
club. Yeah.
Hobnobber, the Yosemite, Canada's Yosemite Sam.
It doesn't have a good. I love Yosemite Sam. It doesn't roll off the tongue. We got to figure out something. There.
No, it's like I was trying to think. Like, I wish Carter's name was like Dan, so we could call him like Yosemite Dan or something like that. Or
what's your middle name, Carter?
Nelson Rosario.
No, I shouldn't have
What?
asked.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
Yeah.
Well, is there like a literal equivalent to the Yosemite Sam in Canada? Like, was there a cartoon character?
Don Cherry or Peter the Puck, I guess.
Cherry, I don't know. Yeah, Peter the Puck. Yeah, that's another one.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think so.
Raccoons, maybe.
Yeah, Beaver, like Canada's.
Well, Raccoons was a cartoon show. I don't know. Beaver's different up here, but
the sales are going well. So is the focus more on kind of, again, the entertainment factor? Any like kind of ideas or announcements that you can throw out there for the show?
We're still working on. Well, we have one item that we want to bring into the show, so I've looked into that and just kind of waiting to secure that.
Is it a person?
Nope, it's the Grey Cup.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be wow for Saskatoon. That would be. Imagine you got the Stanley Cup.
Well, so I've looked into the Stanley Cup, and you can't there's a replica you can rent.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah.
I could bring my 3-footer. I could pretend.
Yeah.
False advertising. Sue him.
But I feel like the Grey Cup will bring a lot of people through the door, and those people are already sports fans. Maybe they're not collectors, so that'll get them to buy a couple hockey cards or football cards, whatever scratch.
Any barbecues being planned or anything like that?
Not yet. We're trying to. We're working on a trade night now for the Saturday night. So trying to get the room next to where our show was. It's quite a bit smaller, but we'll try to work on getting some food into there and some beverages, adult beverages, and see what happens.
What about, not to put you on the spot, sorry, Carter, but what about former hockey players? Because the Brian Trottier thing was a grand slam. Sorry.
Yes, it was. Well, Emily Clark is our big one that we really want to bring in. You know, she's been in the PWHL, and I feel like we'll be early enough that her season won't be starting. So that's another one to bring in. Iggy's another guy who's pretty close to here. So we'll see if we can bring him into.
That'd be a big one.
Yeah, those are. I figured you got to kind of focus on. You pick a handful and then eliminate from there.
Harass them a little bit and try and be like, hometown discount. Come on. I'm a single father. Come on.
Right.
You guys had a pretty strong food game too. You gonna go with the same menu or food? For Phil, it's like the most important thing.
Yeah, we'll have the same ladies cooking there again. So that's with Kyle at Prairieland Park told me that they'll be able to bring them in again. That was all home cooked. So it was
amazing.
Good.
Great food. Amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about, so you're talking about trade night, any other night activities? Like where we can let loose? Yeah,
Saturday night will be that trade night, but I'm thinking Friday night, maybe move it to Chop, like where we went for steak that Friday night there instead. I think that would be nicer atmosphere there. There's a room there we can rent as well, and then have the same kind of food there. So we'll see what we can work out with them.
Are there any empty warehouses where we could throw a rave?
I would don't tempt me. So listen, you don't have to answer that. Have you thought of maybe, I always thought of this, like I'm in Ottawa and a lot of guys get together and do big Buffalo Bills tailgate weekend parties. Have you thought of maybe like getting together with a hotel or a tour company to bring people from Winnipeg to like a package deal? I mean, that's a lot of work, but it could be enticing maybe for big swaths of like 20 guys, you know?
Well, that would be a good idea because then you can create like groups like we
Yeah.
have at the Chateau, and yeah, that's a great idea, Phil.
You get together with other Saskatoon landmarks like the Gordie Howe Bridge Foundation. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're open to ideas. So if anyone has any ideas, like shoot us an email, info@saskcardexp.ca, and we'll look at it.
We got a guy. He'll put the thing up. Yeah. You might know him.
Yeah. You stayed silent on the Ottawa show, Phil. Do you think Ottawa is a good market for a big show, or what's your 2 cents on that?
I was trying to avoid it.
My job is to not let you avoid uncomfortable situations.
Clearly. I don't know. The Ottawa show is very small. It's very mighty. It's very strong. I don't feel comfortable talking poorly about it, but if I had to pick the number one thing, I don't think there's a lot of transactions at it. So a lot of people bring some pretty big cards. I don't feel that there's a lot of people walking around there with a big bankroll in their pocket. So it's probably really good for lower to mid-end cards. Now we're talking about an experience. I don't want to come at this like you have to have expensive cards to have a good experience. But for all aspects of our hobby, I have not experienced if Ottawa is a big buyer's market yet. I know it's a heavy interest market. So that might be enough. It might be an expensive test. I don't know.
I think if you have a good or exciting experience at the show, then you're more likely to spend more money.
Yes.
That makes sense. Like if you're having a good time, then, music's going or, you're doing giveaways, whatnot, then I feel like people spend more money.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else on the show, or can we move on to other topics I need to interrogate you on?
No, I think that's about it. 70% sold out, and go ahead.
I loved your mom was there. It was such a family event. You had so many volunteers. Justin's family was there. Is it going to have the same vibe there? Or are the Yelles and I don't know what Justin's last name is, but is Justin's sister going to be there?
Well, I hope so, because I think she's running the front there next year.
Great. Okay, I'll harass her too. That's good.
Yeah. The volunteers that were there last year are going to be paid employees this year. So then instead of me and Justin trying to micromanage every little part of it, we'll have certain people that'll just manage that area from last year, and then we can look after the show.
Delegation, baby. Yeah.
Delegate and elevate. Delegate and elevate there, Carter. That's what you got to do. Okay, let's move on to other important topics. So Canada's Yosemite Sam went to California with California Dave and had some hockey and hobby experiences there. So what was it? You're just a boy from Saskatoon and he landed in the big city. How did that go?
Not yet.
It was it was awesome. We landed and Jagger and I went on this freeway, and it's like 80 mile an hour to like 4 mile an hour, back up to 80 mile an hour.
Goes right to the traffic, of course.
Yeah, right to the traffic.
California. And no, okay, so here's the thing. I talked to California Dave. I did my research for this interview, and he seems to be of the opinion that now that you've returned to the beautiful Saskatoon, that you should probably never complain about traffic again after experiencing LA.
I haven't. I have not since.
No. Hold on. I got to give context here. Dave and I were in Saskatoon. Carter picks us up. Carter hits a red light with like 4 or 5 cars in front of him. He screams an obscenity that I shall not repeat. And he turns from the driver's seat to me and he says, sorry, it's a bad time of day for traffic. I didn't know if he was being serious but he was dead serious. And Dave was speechless. Yeah, speechless.
Meanwhile, there's 145,000 cars on the 405 where Dave lives, and there's 4 cars in Saskatoon. You're losing your mind.
A red light hampered his whole plans, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, this red light. Now it's going to take 6 minutes to get to where we were needing to get to. My bad.
Exactly.
That's our joke. Everything in Saskatoon is 12 minutes. You have to go to the gas station, it's 12 minutes. You have to go to the emergency room, 12 minutes. To dinner, 12 minutes. Downtown, 12 minutes. The show, 12 minutes. Very unique part of your town. Okay, so what were the highlights for you went to a couple of hockey games. How was it visiting other NHL arenas?
Yeah, so the first game was at the Honda Center to watch the Ducks. And before that, though, just wait, let me back up. Before that, we went to Disneyland and went to Roger Rabbit's house there. That was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Space Mountain was closed, unfortunately, but the Star Wars ride was really, really cool. I can't remember what it's called, though.
Did you do it once or twice?
The Star Wars?
Yeah.
Just once. Every ride was just once. Yeah.
Okay.
Our last ride was Splash Mountain, and Jagger was in the front. I was second, and then this like big boy was behind us, and then there was 2 kids, and then an adult in the back, and like Jagger and I were soaked.
Yeah.
It took two days for his shoes to dry out.
Oh,
and then,
Dave didn't warn you?
No. Well, we should have sat in the back. That was our own fault. But that's
It is called Splash Mountain. I mean,
yeah.
it's
Well, I think they changed the name to something else now. But yeah, there was. Yeah. It was,
Are there big theme parks in Canada, like Six
Wonderland?
Flags?
Yeah, I think Phil's
Hanna-Barbera
the
Land.
only one there. Yeah, Wonderland.
Oh, okay.
La Ronde in Montreal is pretty awesome.
Oh, okay.
Next
Good to
time I
know.
go to Six Flags, though, I think go to the roller coasters instead.
Cedar
love roller
Point in
coasters. They're
Sandusky,
great.
Ohio. That's the place.
Do you like roller coasters, Josh? You don't seem like someone who would like roller
I
coasters.
did when I was a kid, but now I'm afraid of heights.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's creeping into me too. Heights, I'm slowly like, I don't want to be up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither. Okay, so you went to an Anaheim Edmonton game and then you went to a Kings Edmonton game. Rate the experiences and the Ducks Arena versus the LA Kings.
Ducks Arena, but the parking was really good and easy. They had a lot of people directing traffic, and then right beside the rink is a 6-level parkade. So then they just like told you where to go, and we parked, and then walked down the stairs or an elevator if you want, and then we got inside and we were sitting. Oilers attacked twice, and our seats were like right behind the net, but there was a camera there. So then I went and asked if we could be moved, and then they moved us off to the side. And I think we were like row 4, sat beside this guy from Seattle and his 10-year-old son, and they were Oiler fans living in Anaheim now. Good guys to sit by. The atmosphere in Anaheim was
it
not
full?
a hockey town. Yeah, it was sold out, but I'd say there was like almost 50% Oiler fans there.
Yeah. And this was the first game back from the Olympics, right?
That was the first game back from the Olympics, yeah. It was 5-5 with a minute left, and then we ended up losing 6-5.
Anyone on Anaheim impress you? Like from like because they got a lot of young talent. Like who would you think about maybe buying a card or two now?
That Beckett Seneca, whatever his name is.
He stood out.
Yeah, he stood out the most by far.
What about his
Bill
game?
Carlson. His game was really like he just appeared, or like if he'd get it, he'd make stuff happen. When he got the puck, he'd put it on net, and it was like quality shots, quality chances. He made room on the ice. I thought he was really impressive, personally, more than Leo Carlson, more than McTavish. McTavish didn't even see out there. I was kind of disappointed.
Aw, Tarp boy.
yeah.
He's Ottawa boy. Yeah, that's too bad.
And that Lucas Dostal, man, he is a stud. That goal.
Really?
Oh God, he's unreal. If you get to see him live, he'll be a Vezina winner for sure. I thought he was really good. Yeah.
Did you like the experience at Crypto Arena to see the Kings better?
Yeah, Crypto was unreal. That was a really good experience there. The rink, I'd say, well, I believe it holds 20,000 is what Jager Googled there, and it was huge inside. We sat where the Kings attacked twice, so we were all with King fans there, and we'd stand up to clap, and they'd be yelling, "Sit down," and
Nice.
it was good. I liked the batter back and forth, and the King fans were a lot more hardcore than the Ducks fans, that's for sure.
That's good to hear, because I think the fear with LA is that people aren't really into it, right? That it's like a status thing to go to games and stuff like that. Was Will Ferrell at the game?
He wasn't at that one. There was a couple other celebrities they showed on screen, like band members and whatnot, but I didn't really know them.
I guess people that go to the Kings games are hardcore Kings fans, right? Like
that's what it seemed like. Like
they're not fair weather fans like Anaheim, I guess it seems more.
Yeah, Anaheim's more of like a tourist thing, or like fair weather. Yeah, like just they weren't into it as much. Like the chants were okay. Like the pregame show in Anaheim was really cool. Duck coming down from the roof, and then like there was like some other.
Even the product, like the LA Kings product, is better and well done than the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Kings product, like everything about the Kings game, I thought was it felt like you were in a Canadian city. The lower bowl, the lower bowl was like hopping, and then they have like 3 levels of booths or boxes, I guess.
Okay.
So the way Dave described is that's the corporation or the corps that go up there, like all of the lower bowl in Toronto.
Suit and ties.
Yeah, the suit and tie guys go up there, but like the lower bowl, there was it was happening. It was
They do
fun.
their
I
teams
recommend that.
meetings from the upper bowl.
What's that?
They do their teams meetings from the upper bowl
Yeah.
during the game.
Well, they were chanting "Fire Hillard" that night, and then it happened. So.
Getting pretty tense around here.
Your team is the Edmonton Oilers, of course. How are we feeling these days about the Oilers Tendy situation? Are we?
We need a goalie. We need a goalie. Trade.
Shouldn't have let go of
Bouchard for a
Skinner,
goalie.
man. Should have kept Skinner.
Yeah, but he wasn't. I think it got in his head in Edmonton. The media and the fans got in his head, and we traded Jari, and he's just been crap. And
We got to go extra goalie here, Minnesota.
well, which one? Wallstead?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sloppy D for
Well,
Wallstead.
The worst part about that Wallstead is like we had that pick, and then we
course.
traded that pick away to.
We could do a 4-hour show about all the all-star goalies Edmonton could have drafted over the last 10 years, and you just haven't. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts.
I guess it wasn't a priority. They just it came as a surprise, I guess. I mean, no one noticed.
Yeah, surprise!
I remember
goalie's
when they
important.
made that. Yeah, when they made that trade, they're like, "Well, we don't have time to develop. We need to win now." So here we are.
So we got Tristan Jari.
12 years later.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I shouldn't be laughing. We're just as bad over here.
Well, the
anyone impress you on seeing in person? I know you see Edmonton Oilers a few games a year, but any young players, or they're all veterans, I suppose, right?
They're all vets now. That Savoy had a really good game. He was good. He's really clicking lately.
He had a lot of steam coming into the NHL, and then that evaporated quickly.
I think he's so small. I think that's his problem there.
How was the atmosphere? Were the people beautiful in LA in the hockey game, or were they more beautiful in Anaheim?
I'll decode. Was there a lot of
lots
hot
of old
chicks?
guys with young women there?
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, is that father and daughter, or something?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, sure, buddy.
The amount of Botox per capita is very healthy in LA.
Yeah.
You also had another hockey experience and a hobby experience. I want to go to the hobby side first. So I was watching your appearance on Friday Nights with Phil. It's a great show. You should check it out.
Friday nights at 9.
Yeah,
it was fun.
And you had talked about going to Burbank, and Burbank I think is the biggest card shop now in the world, and you didn't seem super impressed. So what was it about the vibe there that didn't connect with you?
It was just way too corporate. Like it didn't have that. I don't know. Like you walk in there and everything's just like it's well organized. Like the hockey section wasn't cool, but the prices were on there. I found the prices really high, and you can't negotiate.
Yeah, that's crazy. They're known for that. They're known for not negotiating.
Yeah.
Yeah, like their wax, they had lots of wax. The prices on the wax was really reasonable. Jagger bought a box of Clear Cut, pulled Andrew Kopp. He ripped it. He's like, "Who's this?"
Clear Cut.
Yeah,
Win some, lose some.
Yeah, but like a part of this hobby, I like wheeling and dealing. I mean, if someone has $100 price tag on it, let's offer 80, and then we'll go from there. Settle on 90 or whatever.
There's so many there's too many posts of people that have sold their cards and show the trade value. Like they'll give you $60 for a card, right? You go in the next day, they value it at like 380. It's like, which is fully their right, but that just leaves a really bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, right? And then they don't negotiate.
Yeah. And the hockey selection there wasn't the greatest. I mean, you are in LA, but
do they have one person there that knows their hockey? Is there someone on staff that you saw? They're like, oh crap, this guy knows his hockey. Like, is there a Dave there or a Robert?
Not that I met. Like, I was just talking with Dave. He was showing us around, and then
it was Dave.
It was Dave. When you get the vibe, I got the vibe right away. I'm like, I felt uncomfortable in there a little bit. Like it was just,
really? Okay.
The lights were, I didn't like the atmosphere. Like I like you going into a smaller shop and there's things to look at, and whether the guy's grumpy or whatever, he'll still talk and deal with you though. Right. And I just didn't get that from there. Like they were friendly and whatnot, but
if you consider like what particularly Fanatics, and I'm sure Upper Deck to some degree too, like what those guys are, well, I'll make this Fanatics, what I know they're pushing for is like the very swanky, like nightclub, like high experience, very large square foot, beautiful displays, and Yeah, and I think that, like, I understand, I guess, the reasons why they want that, but part of the appeal of a card shop is to be able to go in and where you know the owners, or the people recognize you, and you can go in and buy your box or look at singles, but then have, BS about hockey or
Yep.
life or politics, whatever you like to do, for a half hour with the owner. And these shops are, like I said, they're becoming more like nightclubs almost than hobby shops. And so I think, as if I'm in those shoes and I want to, I'm trying to have the best of both worlds. It's like, well, how do you offer all these experience, going back to your word experiences, right? Like you're trying to do with your show, but still kind of keep the personal vibe to it.
Yeah. Like up here, like in Saskatoon, I feel like if I don't have an hour, I'm not going to go into my local card shop, because you go in there and you like to talk and you like to, it's not all about buying the cards. It's a part of the hobby, right? Like it's the friendships and that you make. And I mean, when you're buying a card, it's more than a card. I feel like it's, you're going into that PC or whatever it is. But yeah, it's just, I didn't get the vibe at that on their one. But yeah.
Like, could a card shop be almost too nice in a way?
Yeah, I want some dirt on the ground. I want some wood paneling.
Yeah, this one was almost too nice. Like everything was white and bright, and it was just like was like everything was clean and clear, and just it was just wasn't my vibe. But the next one we went into was really nice in Simi Valley there. Or no, where was that one? Can't remember the name of it now. Dave took us into another smaller one, and we stayed longer in that one, and they had less selection. Sure. But you're talking with the employees, and it's just not all about sports cards. It's, how's your day going? And then you're talking about sports, and it's just the vibe was more comfortable in there.
Gotcha. You also had a very unique experience where a Canadian boy got to play hockey in the U.S., where you got to tell me about that experience. Like, were you assuming, like, how was the level of play? Were you skating circles around these people? Were like all the Californians using double-bladed skates, stuff like that?
Training wheels, right?
We flew down we brought our skates and jocks, and then Jagger also brought his gloves and helmet.
Wait, your jocks?
And
what? I thought you had brass balls, man. You don't need a jock. You got big steel iron kahunas.
So then we borrowed all the other equipment, the shin pads, the gloves and helmet, and the biggest thing was
what do you think the TSA person at the airport scanner when they go, there's a jock in there, and they're like, okay.
No questions, no judgment.
Yeah. But the biggest thing was not having our own sticks. That was I wish we would have brought our sticks, because it took me like a half an hour to get used to it. I still got 2 goals playing defense, but I mean, it was, I don't know, it took a little bit. It was fun.
Dave? How was Dave's ability of athleticism?
Dave's good. Like he was trying. It was good. Yeah, he was
trying. He just ruined it right there. Yeah.
My biggest thing I noticed was,
and he's going to use that as an excuse.
He's made it very clear he learned how to skate as an adult. He said that numerous times. I'm like, he says that a lot.
Hey, anyone who is 50-ish years old and out there still playing hockey, you got to give mad props to.
Big
props. My defense partner was 65, so
whoa,
yeah, he was going
crazy.
But I found the biggest difference was the hockey sense. Like I'd have the puck and I'd go to pass it and they'd stop skating or they turn the other way. And it's like, well, if you would have kept going, you would have had a goal there. But that kind of thing.
Well, if you kept going, you would have scored the goal. But that's okay. Yeah. We're having fun.
We're going this way, boys. We're going this way.
Yeah.
But how was the ice? I mean, I'm so curious about the ice. Like, I know obviously it was fun. Was it soft or?
It was the same as up here.
Yeah. Okay.
Was it
the game was like, we got there, the game was at 7 a.m. But we rolled in at 6:40, I think it was. And then they were already on the ice practicing. So we didn't even have a warm up. Like we got out there and
just go.
I didn't have time to stretch. It was time to go. And but I mean, once you got the hang of it, Jagger really enjoyed himself too. It was fun.
Did you talk to Zamboni guy? How deep's the sheet? They only go a few inches, or could you tell?
I think. Well, I would imagine they have the same
I'm so curious. Like
the same what do you call it?
Specs?
Ice maker as us, like
ice maker guy.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
The
Same
Turbo 8000
facility.
ice maker
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
whatever they have there to make
okay.
the ice. But yeah, no, it was good. The ice was good. It was Olympic size. We played on Olympic size ice. So
What?
that was fun.
That's a big
Yeah,
piece
lots
of
of
it.
room.
I've never played on that. Wow. I'd be tired.
The Zamboni can go right behind the net without taking the net off.
Get out.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
the difference between
Gretzky.
Olympic size.
Imagine Gretzky had that office his whole career.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on what's going on in the hobby with the Celebrini prices, Schaefer prices, Jack Hughes exploding? It's pretty wild, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty wild. I think the Jack Hughes market, I mean, that's whoever would scored that golden goal, that was going to happen. I didn't realize it would happen as big as it did.
It's that picture, brother. That picture is
it's that picture.
It's a Rocky Balboa Drago picture, you know? Like, it's amazing.
Yeah. I think they're marketing it extremely well with the Jack Hughes and the golden goal. It took me like a week to recover from that. I muted the group chat for a while there.
Did it cut deep? Really?
It was 2 Stanley Cup losses and now this, and
that's a good point.
Wait, maybe it's you and not Connor McDavid.
Cheer for somebody else. Start winning, yeah.
I think the Jack Hughes market, he deserves it. I'm sure it'll come back down to reality soon enough. The Celebrini, I mean, that kid's special. He's really taken off this year. I'm scared McDavid might go there after the Edmonton problems we're having, but who knows?
Gross. Imagine McDavid in a Sharks uni. That wouldn't look right. No,
it wouldn't.
He'd look better in like a Chicago. That'd be better, I think.
Yeah. I hope Oilers forever, but
I'm sorry. I'm Edmonton only, Carter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Well, he wrote the Players Tribune article. He said he wants to win in Edmonton, so I think you can take him at his word for that.
I think so. Yeah.
He probably assumes you're going to get a goalie at some point, and
he's frustrated.
I wouldn't say
he's frustrated. I'd be happy with Bennington
at
at this point. Yeah.
That might be a good plan.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens though. But the Celebrini, I mean, like, man, if a guy would have bought all those cards a year ago, geez, or even 6 months ago.
Well, it's all relative, right? Any card that I'd rather buy a card that was $5 and went up to $30 because I can afford to buy way more of those ones, right?
Yeah.
It's all in the decimal point.
All right. Well, good update. Congratulations on your success. 70% sold out. So what that means is if you want to join us, because we're all going to be there in Saskatoon, when are the dates again?
December 26th and 27th, I believe that is.
December or September?
Oh, sorry, September.
Oh, Carter. Gee, I'm like,
December
26th. I'm like, that's not a great idea. Okay.
Yeah. Could you imagine? We're trying something different this year. We're going to do it on Christmas Day.
September 26th and 27th.
Yeah. Okay. New Year's Eve might be fun. Oh, we should have a New Year's Eve hockey card party. Yeah, no one would show up. Sausage fest.
No one.
I know.
We'd all fall asleep by like 9.
Yeah, I know.
Because we're old.
I had too much dessert.
Yeah. The cake face.
Cake face.
Countdown on.
Yeah. Oh, you're
so if anyone has any.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be at the Spring Expo. Yeah. That's
Okay.
what 90s night I hear.
90s party. Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a 90s party. Yeah.
You got to dress up like you did in the 90s.
Yeah, Chip and Pepper t-shirts and Varney France. Yeah.
I'm going to try to find a sick looking wingsuit.
Just go to your closet. I know you got it. I still got my tracksuit from high school. And it fits big on me. Oh, I was such a fatty.
Okay.
All right,
Carter. Well, yeah, if you're interested in setting up and vending at the Saskatoon show this September, there's not many tables left. So you better contact Carter or Justin right away and get that done. And it's going to be a party. That's all I can say.
Yes, it will. It's going to be
all right,
awesome.
Carter. Thank you,
thanks, guys.
Yeah, bye-bye. All right, thank you again to Carter for taking the time to join the show. And if you're a dealer and you want to set up in Saskatchewan this September, you better get on it because there are not many tables left. 70% sold out already. Head to SaskCardX. It's all abbreviations.
No, do it again. That was good, Josh. Let the good listener know. Yeah.
To reserve your table. And if you're not a vendor, come hang out with us at the show this September. You got to have Dave and Adams have a booth there. Yeah, maybe buying booth or something.
Well, I got the nice part was I got to meet Carter at the Chateau in November. So he was talking to me and he was like, "Hey, you got to come out in September." Like, well, and I don't know. September sounds like a good time of the year to go out.
Oh, it's great.
fun.
Beautiful town, man. Salt of the earth people. Beautiful town. Fantastic. You should definitely come.
Except when Phil pees on the Gordie Howe statue.
I did not.
Gets
I
arrested.
did not. That would be very disrespectful. I would slap.
We would never
somebody
do that. We would never do that.
I would never do that.
No.
Ever.
I wouldn't.
I know.
I wouldn't. I'd piss on your car.
Gordie Howe.
I would pee on your door handle, and I probably will now that you're putting bad seeds of doubt in people.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
There might be a barbecue. You never know. Okay. New product release is brought to you by our buddies at Total Sports and GP Sport Cards. Grant and his crew have a hobby shop in Etobicoke where I'm starting to think he buys more than sells, because about every 4 minutes on Instagram, there's a new lot pickup of some crazy cards. You want to check out their Instagram if you're curious about those. Again, they're always picking up big collections. And if you want to cash out and sell Grant your cards, just either message GP on Instagram or call their store, Total Sports Cards. They're a great place to buy singles too. They have hobby boxes and can ship all the latest hockey releases anywhere in Canada via their shop's website at totalsportcards.com. And then, of course, Grant will be breaking again Wednesday night on YouTube. Maybe pick up your spots on their break site, as well as some Reloaded. He should have some more there too if you want to get in on that action. So, he broke a case of Reloaded on Friday night. Did you go back and watch it, Phil?
I did, and it was excellent, and I was very jealous.
Yeah.
It does kind of suck how we can't. I mean, I like to scratch the itch of buying something once in a while. Yeah. I wouldn't mind having a box or two kicking around, but I'll just buy someone else's repack, give it back, support someone else,
Troy, you're new to the hobby, so you're probably just going to learn today that on Wednesday, about 4-ish days ago, we had the release of 25-26 Upper Deck Series 2 and the beginning of Schaefer Mania.
You don't
Ever
say?
Matthew Schaefer?
Yeah. You haven't heard?
We're already on Series 2? I missed Series 1?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
And you missed Series 0.5 too, which is MVP. So I was trying to think, well, what would make the most sense 4 days after release to try to find some knowledge or put this into perspective. And the more I looked into it, I found something that I think is pretty interesting. And basically to compare the first 4 days of the Schaefer Young Gun chase to other big recent rookies and see how does it compare, right? So I have the 4 prior releases to Series 2. We had Series 1 for 25-26, then the 24-25 Series 1 and 2 release, and then the 23-24 Series 2 Bedard.
Oh,
release.
so you got Bedard, Hudson, all the big boys here.
Yeah,
oh, that's smart.
and
Okay, good. Yeah, nice.
So we'll start with Schaefer. So obviously it was released on March 4th. And in the first 4 days, we had 583 total Young Gun sales for Matthew Schaefer. The base Young Gun sales average is $300 over basically where we're at right now. And the highest parallel sale was the Outburst Red that sold for only $8,931.
I'm so upset at that. I want one. I will sell like 10% of my collection for a Matthew Schaefer Red Outburst. $9,000. Jesus. Yeah. He hasn't even finished the season. What is happening? Okay, go ahead.
Then if you compare that to the Series 1 release, which was on October 15th, just last year, in the first 4 days, the biggest chase there was Ivan Demidov. He had 189 sales in the first 4 days of his Young Guns. Again, compared to 583 for Matthew Schaefer. The base Young Gun sales average is about $150, and the highest parallel sale was $850 for a deluxe out of $250. The prior release to that was the Series 2 I didn't count extended, but I'm just doing because those are the biggest Young Guns. So you had 24-25 Series 2 with Celebrini, which were released on March 5th, 2025. And in the first 4 days, we had 435 Celebrini Young Gun sales for an average price of about $165. Who in their time machine wouldn't go back and spend a lot of money, even at the and then the highest parallel sale was an exclusives out of 100 that sold for $1,550 US in the first 4 days of release. Prior to that, we had Series 1, which released on October 16th, 2024, where Lane Hudson was the big draw there. 159 total Young Gun sales in that first 4 day period. Base Young Guns average about 95 US, and the highest sale was an exclusives at 100 for 870. And then the last comparison is the Bedard Young Guns release, which was 23-24 Series 2, released on March 6, 2024, 694 Young Gun sales in the first 4 days. The base Young Gun sales average was 700, which is crazy.
Yeah.
To go back to that. And the highest parallel sale was the Young Guns Clear Cut. That's over just under 4,000 US. Again, 4 days after release. So I was trying to think, well, like, what does this mean? Well, first of all, you can kind of, just based on this small sample, that kind of series 2 is where the meat, the big guns come out, which makes sense because that's the draft picks from that summer that play right away and going to be the biggest prospects. And then in particular, when you look at Matthew Schaefer, it's like, is he this good? Is the hype this real? Or is the hobby just exploded and that's part
the
of
problem. Both of those are true, my opinion. So we have a few factors, right? The Bedard hype, I don't want to get back into it, but the Bedard hype, the Series 2 prices right off the bat, the controversy, I guess, good or bad, however you take it. Then we have Celebrini's explosion, ridiculous explosion. Now we have Matthew Schaefer. Holy crap. He's actually that good, and he passes the eye test. You don't even have to know hockey that good to know how good he looks on the ice. And that's where we get our $9,000 on our Outburst Red, right? No one knows how offensive a defenseman he's going to be. To be at a Cale Makar status would be insane. I don't think it's going to get there, but it could, right? The possibility exists. But the possibility also exists. He could just be a 10 to 15 goal scorer the rest of his career, but he is top elite, Dahlin, better than Dahlin styles, more poised, better captain, more outgoing leadership. And he's just extremely likable. That's a really big factor here. He's a very, very likable young man. I don't even want to say kid. He looks like he's a young man,
Can you say he's more proved it than hype too? Because I wouldn't say that Matthew Schaefer had a ton of hype coming into the year, right? We're
maybe not for you guys. Yeah, there's hype up here. Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, I would disagree with that. Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest with you, the way I looked at it, just from like a collecting and even breaking standpoint in that, I thought that coming off of the hype of Celebrini, we were going to kind of have a little bit of a down year in terms of, we had Bedard, then we had Celebrini. Both these guys are generational talents. Like, they're the biggest thing since sliced bread. And I thought we were going to maybe come down a little bit this year, and then it was going to hype back up with Gavin McKenna, the way that this kid's been talked about.
Oh, yeah. That's more of a natural way to, yeah.
Right. So
didn't skip though.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, no, I guess we're not skipping a beat. We're not going to take a break here.
That's a good point. But Phil, would you have predicted though that Demidov would have much less hobby hype than Schaefer did this year?
No, but I wouldn't have ruled it out. That's how
Okay.
The content that I consume, everybody was big on Schaefer.
He had a very touching story and
exactly.
Very likable out of
my poker group, a little better than Fairweather fans, the boys I play poker with, and we're all talking Schaefer. Misa too, right? Misa was talked about up here a lot. I talk about it in the gym, just random gym friends, I call them. When we talk about hockey, Schaefer comes up and came up a lot.
Do you think, though, that the hobby explosion is factoring into this, just like to the level $300 for average Young Gun? That's 3 times what Jimmy Shakes was.
It definitely helps. If you could stagger these very young, enigmatic young men for the next 10 years, our hobby and our sport has overcome maybe basketball, or I don't know. That's a bold statement, but it's going to beat darts and bowling. That's for sure.
and to your point, LaCastro, it's going to happen sometime in the future, but it's going to really stink because when we have like a dud year, because we've been spoiled these last 3 years.
It's going to
be the hobby. You mean the hobby?
Yeah. Like when there's going to be a year probably in the next
my whole
5.
life is a dud. My entire life of collecting. There's half the people listening right now. They're like, no one ever gave a crap about, like, go to the expo 10 years ago. Everyone's like, where are you going again? I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, I don't want you to know. Now I'm proud. When I went like 2014, 15, I didn't even know how to explain it to people. Like, Going to a card show. What do you mean? I'm like, I'm going to a card show. I buy.
Are we going to have like $30,000 Matthew Schaefer Cup
That's
RPAs?
I know. That's what I know. It's a double-edged sword, brother. It's a double-edged sword. I really want like that. I'm crushed at that $9,000 price, right? But then what do I have in my collection that's increasing that much? Nothing.
I think I love the graphic you made too, because I looked at it from this standpoint, right? Is Series 1 guys. They played a game or two, whatever it was, 3-4 games. They played that in the previous season, and then they came out, right? So I think it makes sense that the Series 2 guys also sell for more. Now, I'm not saying Matthew Schaefer should be selling for a route burst should be $9,000, but it makes sense because the Series 2 guys have at least been around since probably October and were actually proven. Meaning, like, you know, by the time Schaefer, his Young Guns came out and hit the scene, he's got 20 goals already. Now, Macklin, I think it's interesting that his average price was $165, but I can't remember. Was that around?
He didn't have hype though. He didn't have.
There was no hype. It was just it was a shot, right? I'm putting my money on Celebrini. Oh, okay. I was right up there with everybody else. Fantilli. You might as well put your money on Fantilli. Different years, I understand that, but same pool of thought.
But was that also the time of year too where he was injured? I can't remember when it came out, if that was when he was injured, because I know there was that decent period of time where he wasn't playing, but that might have been right before it came out. Just
I don't know.
Your thoughts, something just sure. Interesting. I thought the way I was looking at that.
Well, the other thing too that really stood out to me is that, again, we're looking at 4 days, so we'll see how this shakes out. But you had 3 times the amount of people buy a Schaefer Young Guns on the secondary markets than you did a Demidov. 583 sales compared to 189.
Yeah, the growth in our hobby.
But this is like 6 months later. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's not sustainable unless people that are jumping in are baseball and football guys being like, whoa, man, this hockey stuff's cheap, and they stick around, you know. Also double-edged sword. Prices are higher. Get out of my way. I've never had more people being like, hey, you're the Brady Tkachuk guy. I'm like, I don't know who you are. Not responding. Like, you know, stay away from my cards.
Well, at least you're not the hamster guy yet.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah, you guys are really helping with that. Thanks.
Okay. You ready for the mailbag, Phil?
All right. Sounds good, Josh. Here we go. Gongshow Mailbag. First question, Discord. Herschel Golfer 69. What will it take to finally have a goalie chase like Brodeur or JS Giguère? Does one have to flip the bird to the crowd and demand a trade on the spot, a.k.a. or a la Patty Roy? Will there ever be a goalie chase again? Thank you, ladies and gents. I'll go first. Oh, Jesus, Louis. Caught me off guard, man. That was awesome. That actually suits you really good. Okay, so think back, Herschel, to scoring in the 80s, right? More of the late 70s, early mid-80s. Who are the famous goalies? Not that many, right? Mike Lou, Andy Moog, Fuhrer, I mean, he was average. He was,
but he was known for not having good stats and coming up in big moments, but also had Wayne Gretzky on his team.
And stayed out really late at night and somehow still played a good game. Anyways, goals were flying in. Goalies were hung out to dry. Look how many goals we're getting now. We're getting a lot of goals like back then. I could be wrong, but I think the style of the game now won't really allow for another Dominator or Patrick Wah, or Hua, as Josh likes to say. So it's hard to dominate. It's hard to dominate all that ridiculous skill that's coming into the hobby. Like, look at the flex on the new sticks alone. How are you supposed to stop a shot that's like 25 miles an hour faster on average? I'm exaggerating.
That being said, though, Phil, though, like if we do get a goalie when you're scoring on average 6 goals a game that can put up a season of like a 1.9 goals against and like a 0.935 save percentage, I think people would go bonkers for that.
Well, is like Connor McDavid came into the league and showed everyone there's a different way to play hockey.
Yeah.
Is there a goalie that can show us there's a different way to play goalie with the new way? We'll see. I can't think of a way. Yeah. Anyone else? No? Good. Next question. Oh, Herschel again. Here we go. I'm looking to be smarter about buying boxes, breaks, and singles. My thought is having a checkings account dedicated to buying and selling without dipping into my personal account. Any advice would be great. Well, I don't know why you're asking us, but Louis, you want to tackle that?
Don't buy boxes. Singles from other countries can be expensive. Breaks are cool. No, all serious. I mean, if you need a separate account just to money in, money out, stuff in, stuff out, and use that for cards, that's awesome. You need to.
I like that idea.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Troy doesn't look like he has anything riveting to say. So, next question. Oh, looky, Greg Davis. Maybe I won't read this, Greg. I will. Hey, Gongshow humans. I live 5 minutes from the U.S. I was picking up a parcel this week in the U.S. The border guard was being a dick. He asked why I was going to the U.S. to pick up a hockey card. I said, because I collect them. He coldly looked at me and said, why? I laughed and said, because. It got me thinking why I have been collecting for 50 years. Why do you collect hockey cards? I'll go first. Peter Pan syndrome. That's one answer. Cards have been with me through everything good and bad in my life. It's been a forever constant. It's never disappointed me in times of turmoil. It's never disappointed me. Well, no, that's not true. Some boxes disappoint me greatly, but overall, net positive over here. Yeah. Josh?
I think a lot of the same reasons. It definitely has something to do with the connection to my childhood and wanting to feel young and stay young. And then another, like, and I'm a fan of a lot of sports, but initially when I kind of got back into cards and I was like, well, where do I focus? Hockey has been so much more affordable. It's like you can get way better cards than other sports, and that was a big factor too.
So Josh likes collecting hockey cards by default, financially.
No, I'm just saying. Then I fell in love.
know. I'm just busting your nuts, man. No good. Louis, and then Troy, you better have a good answer because I see you didn't write anything. So go ahead, Louis.
He didn't have the thing.
I know. I'm just fucking.
No. I guess I didn't think about feeling like a kid again. Or still, I guess it, like Josh said, that makes you feel that way. But I put just, it's another great connection to the game. I like the thrill of the hunt when you're trying to search something down, capturing moments, and especially now in the last handful of years, just the community and shared passion with other like-minded nerds. We'd love it.
Yeah. Troy, what do you like to collect?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of started off with my dad, but that was more baseball cards when I was younger. So when I went to, when I got into high school and that, I've never touched the ice. I've never played hockey a day in my life, but I grew up around a lot of hockey players and befriended a lot of hockey players. So it quickly became, my favorite sport. And then since I got back into this, it's just amazing what hockey, cards in general, but hockey cards more specifically has afforded me in terms of, I'm sitting on your podcast right now. Like
honor of a lifetime.
Yeah. What'd you say?
honor of a lifetime.
Honor of a lifetime. Yes. I wear it as a badge of honor. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, the fact that I got to come hang out with you guys at the Chateau in November, like things like that, cards have just brought me new friends, new connections. And now I love the history of hockey cards and, collecting players and things I like, and then doing a little more of a deep dive. So it's the education and the community that comes along with it for me.
Best community, hands down, I think too.
Yeah.
I know baseball's America's pastime. There's something about hockey. Like baseball is my best playing sport. 2 guys on my last baseball team got scholarships in the States. I mean, they had to sell it themselves, get bursaries in Canada, then go there. But they did it. They were that good. And they were on my baseball team. I quit baseball to play mediocre hockey. I mean, it was rep hockey, but it was very mediocre rep hockey. Just to be with my friends, the smell of the ice, the winter comfy coziness, the charm of it. Just old hockey footage on CBC gave me, that's Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, gave me goosebumps. There's something so romantic about hockey. I mean, Field of Dreams is an amazing movie. I love baseball too. Don't get me wrong, but something special about our winter sport here. All right. We got that one good. Hope that helped there. Okay. Next question. Ultimate Playmaker. Sup, boys? I have seen that some of the Slab Sharks auctions have been selling for less than they used to. From personal experience, I stopped buying from Slab Sharks due to the import taxes to the good old US of A. I bought some cards and have been paying at least a quarter the worth of the card on the import tax fees alone. For the American buyers for Slab Sharks, do you have any advice on saving these ridiculous import taxes? Besides Phil the Mule. I'll stay out of this one. Joshua.
Yeah, I haven't noticed that, but because it seems like I still can't win cards on Slab Sharks that I want, but maybe that's been the case a little bit. Ultimate Playmaker. Number one, I think you're only subject to import fees for cards that go through authenticity guarantee, and it's a total moving target. Like the U.S. Supreme Court just said that these tariffs were not legal, and then who knows what's gonna happen going forward. But overall, though, I think one of the conditions we've talked about some huge advantages to the hockey hobby. One of the disadvantages is that it's very evenly split. Like you can go look at the audience of our show between US and Canada. So beyond a Slab Sharks auction, I think you have to have a border strategy, because this affects ComC, it affects any general eBay purchases, it affects a lot of the peer-to-peer deals that people like to do off Facebook Marketplace. I mean, most of the good cards are in Canada. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. And so I don't know if I have any, great advice, but they're, talk to a lot of people, ask people what they do. And I still have hopes that in the not too distant future that our countries again will act like best friends, because we should be, and we are, and we'll figure this out.
Yeah. Louis, anything to add there?
Nope.
All right. Next question. East Coast 76. Think I know this guy. As the Gong Show continues to grow and work with companies like Upper Deck, how do you think about balancing honest hobby commentary with maintaining strong relationships with industry partners? Many hobby voices start very independent and outspoken, but things can change as larger sponsors become involved. How do you make sure the show stays authentic while still building those partnerships? I will go first.
Sure.
Easy answer for me. Watch our live with Billy Cilio, one of the best friends of the show. And I think we proved that there is no conflict of interest when Fanimations came up. So the timing couldn't have been better or worse. And I have a filter on me for different things, but honesty on authenticity, I don't deviate. And it gets me in trouble, but I can give you that promise. I don't know how to be any different. Louis, what do you think?
Well, you or us, it's simple. I'm not changing. You guys aren't changing. We're not trying to be anything than we have been this whole time we've been doing this. And we've been trying to work with Upper Deck for years. And, now it happened, but they know how we are. They've been watching us for long enough. And that's not going to be an influence. I'm still going to tell you how I feel about certain things, like hate, whatever. And I, like Phil said, it's just the way we're gonna be, and they know it, so I wouldn't sweat it.
Josh, anything to add there?
I guess what I would say to answer Dwayne, right? That's East Coast 76,
correct,
I believe. Your question is, we've always understood very clearly that our biggest stakeholder is our audience. So nothing that we do can ever be put ahead of because without you guys listening and watching, we literally have nothing. And the only reason why Upper Deck wants to sponsor our show is because of you. So that we'll never forget that. And then we talked for Upper Deck for years about this, and we both agreed that the Gong Show is successful because of or relatively, whatever success you think we have, is because of our approach and our honesty, and so we'll always try to be authentic. That being said, my goal is to be honest, of course, to be authentic, but to do it in a constructive way, build up, not tear down. And our deal long before Upper Deck started giving us a little bit of money was that if we say something that's wrong or you think unfair, then tell us about it, talk to us. And if we agree, which I think we're all pretty reasonable, then we'll come back on the microphone and say, man, we were a little unfair here, or we were wrong, and here's why, right? And so that we've always wanted to be good partners with Upper Deck, because we believe that their willingness, that if we can have a platform that allows them to share information about cards and sets and what's upcoming, that offers a lot of value to the hobby. And I know that, Troy, you're not an official part of the Gong Show, but you're a content creator. You work for a big hobby company, so this must be something you have to balance yourself, right?
Oh, absolutely. But I will say, I was lucky enough to get a chance to go to LA this year for the Certified Diamond Dealer Conference, and I had a lot of good conversations with Jason. Some other people, Billy. I got to meet Billy, and
Great, eh?
I was gonna say I told him I know you guys. Not sure what that did for me. I don't know if Billy likes me.
Probably didn't help.
Yeah, probably put you back of the bus.
No,
Yeah.
but I had some great conversations with Billy, and I had some a conversation with one of their social guys. So I basically just explained to them too that, like, hey, listen, I break your product. I like the product, and I do primarily just hockey card content. And, I think that I've had a great open dialogue with them, and, they've been willing to collaborate with me on some of my posts. So it's been great. And yeah, I think you toe that line, right? Where if you're going to criticize something or someone, don't just do it and just be hateful or be nasty. Like, have a reason, or at least have something to back up. Just don't just throw it out there.
You never make it personal. And the other thing I try to think of too is not trying to tell people how to feel about things. Put information out there, maybe give a little bit of our opinion, but then trust the fact that your audience is smart and that they can draw their own conclusions too.
I think so. Yeah. I think that's what I try to do too, is when I'm doing my content, it's more of an informational type of thing. I want to tell you guys information that I was given, and I want to put it out to you who may not have access to this information, or maybe you just haven't seen it. And then you form your own opinions. Here's what I know. Here's what seems factual to me based on what I'm learning. And then you go ahead and you make your educated decision.
I love being involved. It's so silly. I mean, and maybe it's ego stroking. I don't know, but like, I love knowing people. Like, Billy's a good friend of the show, if not best friend of the show. I love that I know Billy's Celio, a project manager from Upper Deck. Makes me feel cool and important. And it's silly to most people, but I like the connection. I like everything you just said, Troy, of giving the information. I get very excited, and I like when other people are excited with me. And if Upper Deck can provide information and data, and Josh can put it through his like adult filter corporate stuff, and then I can do my stuff, and Louis does his stuff, and it all comes out, and we all share in the joy and excitement. It's beautiful thing, this thing of ours,
Exactly.
All right, next question. Instagram, Gundy's Cards. Hey guys. Hey Gundy. In my opinion, it seems like the hobby is shifting away from set builders, especially the lower end sets. Maybe from shipping costs and boxes going up in price. What do you think should be done to bring back that spark in the hobby? I'm not saying the last word because I don't think it fits. A few things could be done. I think incentives with base cards, some type of program for that. We're all slowly kind of getting priced out of just buying regular boxes. So maybe if Breakers could give us their base cards now, that'd be kind of cool too. And if Upper Deck had some type of program for that, I don't know, something like that would help. Louis, any thoughts there?
No.
All right, Josh?
I think there's been a fundamental shift in how cards are produced. Like the whole, I think the set builder goes back to the 80s and really early 90s, when you had basically just a base set and that you would collect the master. But now that we're in the parallel explosion where you have out of 10, out of 5, the 101s galore, it's really the whole idea of collecting a master set is almost impossible these days. And again, I'm not Gundy trying to tell you how to think about things, but what I think a much more manageable route to go is to get in, I guess, what I would call micro set collecting. So like holotypes or that sort of thing, where maybe it's like an insert set that you can sort of pick and choose and try to collect the 20 cards and then move on to the next one. I just don't, because nobody even knows it's almost impossible to collect the master set, right? So what is
you can't. Too many 101s. Printing plate. Like what? Yeah, I can't do it. Troy, any thoughts on this? Or
I liked what you had to say, Phil. I think before you said it, that's
better than Josh's, eh? Yeah, I know. I agree.
Yeah. Oh, whoa! Don't pit me again. Don't pit me against each other. But no, honestly, what you were saying before you said it, that's kind of what if it got to me, that's what I was going to say is maybe a little. You put this set together, you unlock an exclusive parallel or set or something,
like a real life one instead of an e-pack one, a real life one.
Yeah, exactly. And then Josh, kind of what you were saying too, in terms of like, hey, maybe just go after the holotypes. Well, something that's very popular in other sports card collecting that they're starting to do a little bit with flagship, and you see it with like O-Pee-Chee Platinum, but people love the rainbow stuff, and it still gives you that adrenaline of trying to chase and trying to find things. So, maybe if hockey got to a point where more products just had more numbered parallels, you could do something like that and do the rainbow. People like to do.
Phil, you would be like the expert on the panel on this one, because you actually made a very you went like 15 grand deep into 2022 Parkers, and it was like impossible, and you just gave up, right?
Yeah, I did give up. I did. Well, you know what? I put it on pause. I didn't give up. I put it on pause. I still have to organize some of my big binders. I hate the big binder, like the 9-pagers. I hate them, and that's all my Parker's Champions. They're so big and clunky. But once you're in the middle of it, when you're turning pages, it's really awesome. And I did give it a valiant effort, and I'm well over 15 grand. Yeah, and I'm priced out, man. That was a very cheap set. I'm not complaining of the price point. I think it was priced perfectly, very reasonable. Everyone's got to make their money along the way. That was a beautifully made set, and I'm well over 15 grand trying to do.
Which the point is to try to collect like that, like the old school, that was like an old school approach to set collecting.
Yeah.
Almost nobody can afford to even do that anymore.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's not. Josh brought the point. It's changed. The game has changed. So next time, I still love Parker's Champions. I'm just going to collect the legends or the greats, whatever the flavor of the week is, and whatever they're called, right? Or whatever my respective choice is of that set. All right, some good answers. Hope that helps you out, Gundy. All right, let's move to your second question. Also curious what you guys think about the grading experiment video with the Ken Griffey Jr. cards. I think he's talking about the teapot video from Jeff Wilson's crew there. I hope this brings back value to the lower grades. Seems like before a grade of 7 and 8 was similar to raw prices. Now some cards at 9 is the same value as raw or close to. I think the majority of people are aware that this is a game. It's not, and I don't mean it in a bad way. If you want to take it in a bad way, that's fine. Good listener. Some take it good, some take it bad. I'm just stating it out. It is a bit of a cat and mouse game with grading, whatever grading company you're using. What Teapot exposed, which is a great video, highly recommend people to go watch it on YouTube. Teapot is part of Jeff Wilson's crew. I don't know, go find it. It's on YouTube somewhere, where he resubmitted a Ken Griffey Jr. card a plethora of times, and the results are all variety of scores. Now, that's nothing new to the people that keep doing this, right? It's very, very common knowledge. If you stay in the hobby for 6 months to 8 months, maybe you kind of figure it out on yourself, and it's just been accepted. And I think that's where a lot of anger is coming from, is people who have not accepted that that's just how grading is working now. They're very angry. And that's unfortunate, because grading's not going anywhere. So, yeah. Louis, what do you think?
I don't know.
That was another Baba Louie Hobby hot take.
All right. I figured, Josh, you needed to get that in somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think this is anything new. And like the question says, grading experiment video. I think the answers with the cards, if you're not super new to this, you knew exactly what was going to come out of it. So nobody was really surprised, which I'm glad he did it to prove a point.
Video?
Yeah,
okay.
To prove the point. But I don't know. Me and grading, and I don't do any of it. and it just kind of seals the deal for me on kind of why I'm not a huge fan of it.
I think it's good he did it. It's a great video. I really like Teapot. I think he's a great guy. I'd love to meet him one day. I know a lot of people like, Jeff, like, oh, stop. You don't have to watch him. It's okay. Joshy Poo, what do you think? And then Troy, I'm asking you.
I think people are, well, what I like about the video is that what I hope, I guess, the video did is point out what everyone should understand about what grading is. And I think a lot of people have a misconception about what grading is, right? And I'll put it this way. So you're put in charge of a company that has to grade 2.5 million cards a month. So 30 million cards a year. And you're going to do it with people. How would you make grading consistent? It's not possible, right? I mean, until it's all done by the robots and Skynet. Right. And I think that there's a good chance it gets there at some point. And so, and it's not just sports cards, like conditioned, it's like an antiques appraiser. Do you think if you took an antique dresser to 20 different appraisers that they would all give you the exact same approximate value? No, it would be a very wide range. It's one opinion on one day. And again, where I think the loudest voices on grading are that are the people that kind of
don't grade. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, that don't grade or sort of have evolved past it, where you've been in the hobby for 5 years. You've, like myself, you've dedicated, it's my profession now. I've dedicated my life to learning this hobby. I'm a little more confident in what is not. But for a company like PSA or any other grading company, if you're new to the hobby, and obviously there's tens of thousands, millions of new collectors, where you want to know my card is authentic and you want to get some sort of third-party opinion onto the condition of the card, knowing that it's not infallible, right? Where it's like, I don't know a lot about this, and so this person telling me that this card is relatively nice. Is it a 9? Is it a 10? Is it 8? Well, it doesn't have some major flaw that I wouldn't be able to pick up on, where I can at least have some degree of confidence in buying the card. To me, that's what grading is. And but unfortunately, because of the economics of the secondary market, it becomes a big driver of profit. And then if you look at it purely through that lens, and I can see the frustration if I'm a dealer as to, what do you mean an 8 where maybe another person would have given it a 10? And that could mean thousands of dollars. That could mean the difference between losing money and making thousands of dollars. And I just don't think there is a solution for that circumstance in the hobby today.
Troy agrees, unless he has something riveting to add.
Honestly, didn't see the video, but I understand the concept of the video.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it just showed the variety of results. That's all.
Exactly. And here's the thing, right? This is something people have been doing for so long. So I'm glad that someone with a bigger platform did it. So maybe more people can get educated on it. But I mean, it's really it's just a part of what we do.
All right. And humans are infallible. So we make lots of mistakes, and the same person could grade the same card on any given day of any given year and give it totally different grades, right? Depends on his day. Okay. Or her day. Next question. Discord. Panther J. Rawr. Nope. Wrong. Swifto Jr. Swifto. Okay. Swifto. Hey, boys. With the Paralympic, I can't say that word. Paralympics in full swing. If the U.S. fails to win our 5th straight Paralympic tick,
Paralymp what?
I don't the P word. Gold medal. How much does that affect our reputation as the home of hockey? Thanks. I'll hang up and listen. Louis.
Who's gonna beat us, Swifto?
Yeah, I mean, this is America. All we do is crush hockey.
Okay. Next question. Panther J. Hey, boys. Does Billy purposely sabotage his internet to avoid hard-hitting hockey journalist questions? I know, right? It's 2026. No one has dial-up anymore. I'm going to cut him some slack. Billy's one of the happiest-go-lucky guys I know, but very grumpy along the way sometimes. I know that really upset him and bothered him because he loves to chat. We love Billy so much. We're all good. We're all good friends with each other. It's a new building. New stuff's going on. The president was there, right there, giving him pointers and trying to make sure everything was going good. poop happens sometimes, man. Don't cut Upper Deck some slack and Billy slack on that. And Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, we've made plenty of our own mistakes, so I'm not going to throw stones at anyone else.
Yeah, I think we all agree. Yeah, we got to support him on that one. Support each other. All right, next question. Mad Dog Nav 78. If Gongshow added 3 Olympic events, butt dialing, hamster mercy rules, and endlessly optimizing your setup. I didn't even have to finish this question. I already knew my answer. Yeah. Which host is the gold medal favorite in each? I will answer this without answering it. Josh has gotten a lot better.
No. Well, maybe to you.
Yeah, no.
He got me today already, and yesterday he got me, and he was having a full conversation with somebody.
It's insane. I don't know. I just don't answer.
It's a disability, and you cannot make fun of people for their disability. So that hurts me.
Yeah, bring back bullies, please.
Yeah, it's 100% Louis. You have, if people can see what I can see. Louis is like, he's been beautifying his man cave for months now, and every time I come over, there's like a different like poster on the wall, and he's like, yeah, I redid it again. I didn't like it. I painted the frame again. I put a new picture in there. It looks so much better. And I'm like, I think it looked pretty good the last time, bro.
But it didn't.
All right.
He's addicted to it.
Yeah. I hope that answered your question, Mad Dog. Next question. Minnesota Sports Card Junkie, with the recent increased attention on hockey cards from deeper pocketed buyers and several product releases now seeing price adjustments not even a week into their release, do we need to be a little concerned about our little collector focused sport has elevated to a new dimension? I'm nervous and it's elevated, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's my answer. Troy, do you have anything to add to that?
I think it's a double-edged sword, right? Where I think a lot of us, maybe not all of us, talk about how we want to grow the hockey hobby, right? And I'm not saying what's that?
It grew.
Well, right there you go. Yeah. Ta-da! It grew. Now, yeah, I mean, the deeper pocketed buyers, make it a little tougher. But I think for me, it's different, right? Because I don't necessarily go after a lot of modern in terms of opening. I like to get my hands on some older stuff and see what's been in a box for 10, 15 years. But I do like to buy some of the modern boxes at a decent price, or what I think is a decent price, and try to sit on it and see if it appreciates in value. But I think we're gonna be okay, and I think we're just scared right now of the unknown. But I mean, we see what it's done to the other sports in sports cards, and yes, it's the same growing pains and problems that they have in baseball and basketball, but people still collect, even though they want to shout at the clouds.
Good points. Louis, anything to add? I think you do.
Yeah, I kind of went in, I think hockey's getting a new respect, for sure lately. It's the way I look at it. I think maybe, I don't know if I'm not putting words in your mouth, Tori, trying to just think smart, and I'm not very good at doing that. So I think you're going after the real test whether hockey cards can maintain what made them special, and it'll depend on whether it remains collector driven or rather investment driven. I don't know. Right. That's where I'm at. It's a bunch of investors coming in right now and snagging up a bunch of stuff. And I don't know if that'll turn back to the collector driven part. I think for the most part, most of us in it are still collector driven, because I ain't investing.
Isn't it just like to me, there's a clear distinctive FOMO tax on new stuff right now. Like we just did the whole exercise earlier on. Who will be the 5 best players in the NHL 5 years from now? You know that a Bedard Raw Young Guns is about $250 now. It was $700 at release. The price is always, it's like, if you can remove yourself from always having to have the latest new thing when it comes out, you're just going to pay, you're going to get a lot better prices on everything. Celebrini will come down because there's going to be something else that takes some other shiny new player or toy that captures attention. And so I think where we're at in the hobby, if you want the new thing right away, when everyone's buzzing about it, you're going to pay a premium for that.
Good answers, boys. Next question. Slug sports cards. If there's a difficult e-pack achievement that awards a out of 100 card, but only, let's say, 20 people qualify, what happens to the other 80 cards that were never given out? Do they enter the market at some point? They actually go in Billy's top drawer, and he gives them out as stocking stuffers at Christmas. I don't know.
Or on Halloween to little children.
Yeah, to kids, and then they throw them out because they don't know what they are. Nobody knows unless Troy knows. Troy, do you know?
No, I'm not. And this is just me personally. I'm not a huge e-pack guy. I've never opened an e-pack.
No,
I know, isn't that crazy to think?
I thought you might know some policy or something. The only person that knows is Bo. Bo knows.
Yeah, Bo knows. I was gonna say,
Bo knows.
not sure on the policy they have with that one.
All right. Next question. Dwayner, what are you doing? All right. Hey, okay, Dwayne, one question a week. Hey, fellas, less of a question and more of a small housekeeping request for the good of the hobby. All right, now I feel bad. Could you please have a quick word with Billy, with a Y? I still don't get that. And let him know that if they were partnering with the fine Canadian coffee establishment of Tim Hortons, it must always be called Timmy's. Oh, I get it, Billy. Timmy's. Okay. Never Hortons. Who would call it Hortons? This is a non-negotiable national policy. Also, please pass along a huge thank you for sponsoring the show, hanging out with HR people or for the people and bravely battling what may have been the most heroic Wi-Fi adversity in podcast history.
Yeah, he overcame it.
Heroic. The word's thrown around a little too much in my lifetime here.
He's a hero.
And yeah. In fact, respectfully, he considers placing his IT guy on waivers. Appreciate you, boys. Keep crushing it. Oh, thanks, Dwayner. I don't know. I got nothing. Anyone? I got a good answer here?
For what question?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what did I put? I thought Tim Hortons is American. Doesn't RBI, like Burger King, own Tim Hortons? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I think it was more of a statement than a question, but it's appreciated and received.
Very appreciated. All right. Next question. Discord. Gunther _cards 96. Hey, guys. Josh, last week you mentioned you had sold over 2,000 cards via Slab Sharks. It got me thinking. How many cards do you think you have now? I would love a PC video from you and Louis one day. I absolutely love Phil's personal collection videos. Keep up the great content. Thank you, Gunther. I love doing them. Get ready for ones coming out on Sunday. It's going to be a goodie. Josh and Louis, you're on the stand here. You're on trial. How many cards do you have?
I have way too many still.
I'll make one and I'll help Josh make his.
No, I don't. I am terrified to make like a video, like a Phil show off his card video. I need people with me. You guys are my crutch. I don't want to do anything solo.
I told you I'd help you make yours.
Yeah, no, Louis, you called that perfectly. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Troy, how many cards do you have? Do you have a big collection or are you just a big poser grifter in our hobby here?
You don't even collect cards. You hate cards.
Yeah, do you even like
people that hate cards?
Whoa. Where did that go? Jesus.
Wait a minute. Breaking. I got to find the breaking news sounder. Troy LaCastro from David Adams hates cards and hates everyone else in the hobby.
Fraud. He's
news
the
on
boy
11.
is a fraud.
That ain't annoying.
I wish I had more. That would be my answer.
Wow.
I need more.
Really? I do not wish I had more cards. I'm trying to get rid of every time I get rid of like 1,000 cards, I'm like, I feel great. A week later, I'm like, nothing's different.
I think
I got a little package.
All right, I don't want to get on too much of a tangent, but I will say, like, when I started getting back into collecting, I was just buying stuff, and I think I'm now starting to understand what I want to collect and how I want to collect. So I think I need to get rid of some of the stuff that I was just grabbing before, and then start getting more of like what I actually want.
Makes sense.
You have all bad takes on everything in hockey.
All right, next question. Okay, Mama 2021. 2 questions. Who do you think will have a bigger hobby impact, Schaefer or Lane Hudson? Unfair question. They're both great kids, but I love the question. I'm going Matthew Schaefer. Not sure about the more goals things, but he has a presence. He's tall. He's a born leader. I'm going Matthew Schaefer. Louis?
Schaefer with 2 F's on the back.
Louis agrees. Josh?
Schaefer Mania. All about it.
Troy LaCastro. What say you?
He doesn't collect anyways. Next question.
That's right. Next question. Are any of you... No, what do you think, Troy?
No, I was gonna say just real quick what you said earlier about I think Schaefer is a great personality in the hobby, or excuse me, in hockey. He's a great personality, and like they need that kind of person. So not to say that Lane Hudson's not a phenomenal player, but I think the phenomenon mixed with just being really, really personable, it's gonna be Schaefer.
Yeah, Lane Hudson doesn't own the Montreal Canadiens. I kind of feel like Matthew Schaefer owns the Islanders right now. Like
Right.
Like Bo, move out of the way. All right, next question. Bo Harvat, not Jackson, because I said Bo before. Anyway, okay. So second question. Okay, Mama 2021. Are any of you guys Star Wars fans and own any Star Wars cards? No, I'm Star Trek. Big time Star Trek.
That's
I respect
such a
Star
bad
Wars.
answer.
Yeah.
Star Trek?
You went the
Gross.
wrong way.
Well, it's because you don't understand something.
Is that a
doesn't mean I
Canada
don't
thing?
like it.
Is that like
No.
calling a? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd love to see you boys swing a lightsaber and jump through hoops. That'd be interesting. All right. So I guess they're Star Wars. Troy, you Star Trek or Star Wars?
What's Star Wars?
What's Star Wars? I'm Power Rangers. Is that a good answer?
What color?
Yeah, what color?
Oh, here, actually, the new phone case I got. I'm
Obviously, the pink.
Mastodon, the Black Ranger.
Ooh,
Wow.
Mastodon.
Wow.
There's.
I'm
nothing more
Voltron.
to-
I'm old school. Voltron all the way. Power Rangers stole that.
Mm.
All right. Next question. Thank you. Okay, Mama.
Wait,
Rips
wait,
Club.
wait, stop. Transformers or GI Joe? Go.
Transformers.
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 Oh, I was a G.I. Joe
I'm a
guy.
90s kid, so Beast Wars. Beast Wars was Transformers, technically.
He-Man.
That was some bad CGI, man. Okay, reboot. All right, Rips Club. Hey guys,
wait,
love
wait,
the
wait,
show.
wait. One more for Phil.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Ariel or Snow White?
Ariel.
Ariel,
obviously.
hands
Yeah,
down.
that's not even a question.
Snow
Okay,
White was a super
Snow
happy.
White. Boring.
Boring.
One-
Beyond snooze, literally.
Well,
Ridiculous.
you'd chase the chick around that's got 7 guys following her, huh?
Who, me?
All right, next question.
No, Josh.
Oh, Josh. Okay, Rips Club. Hey guys, love the show. Thank you. I'm going to Toronto in a couple of weeks. Any good card shop recommendations in the city? No.
Phil.
Next question. No. Josh is the only one who's going to answer this. I'm not.
Well,
I don't-
there are, I'm sure, many
Yeah,
great
there's-
options in Toronto. It's a very big city. We are very partial and loyal, and that's a big thing for me personally. Grant and Total Sports has been very loyal to us, and so he's our dog in that regard. But obviously, we are good buddies with the Mint Ink crew. They've got good shops, and honestly, I would try to what I think in a big city, the funnest thing to do is to spend a half a day and try to hit up 5 to 6 shops and get a good sampling.
If you're
We
in
do that around here.
If you're in Ajax, go hit up my boy Greek Collector on Instagram. George, great guy. Okay. Next question. Isles Collector. If you could use your time machine to go back in time and watch one game of one player, who would it be and why? I will answer.
Good.
Did someone change my answer?
No.
No.
Okay. Interesting. But I would go March 17th, 1955. Maurice Richard did not play that game, but he did play the game before, and he got suspended for the rest of the season. So on March 17th in 1955, Clarence Campbell was the president of the NHL, and he was the one who suspended Maurice Richard. Probably wasn't the smartest thing to do to be in Montreal. It's called the Maurice Richard riots. And I would have loved to have been there because I don't know what I would be doing. Maybe I'd just be watching, maybe. But I think that's a piece of history that's very close to home. And I would have loved to been a spectator. We'll say that. Louis, anything for you?
Not a specific game, but I'd just like to go back, be a kid again, and watch Madonna fly up and down the ice with that beautiful North Stars jersey just flowing in the wind.
And the hair, when you just put your fingers right through it, eh? Go,
I
Mike,
wasn't going to go there, but
yeah. Okay. Well, I would. Josh, yourself, which will give Troy enough time to think of an answer.
Well, I thought how cool would it have been to see Wayne Gretzky play in like 1980, his second year in the league, when kind of like the same stage as Celebrini, and just to get a comparison of how dominant he was in the NHL.
Looked like kind of like a baby deer out there, right? Kind of like a wafer, but he got it done, man. Like he got it done. The stick in his hands looked huge. Every time I see old Wayne videos, it looks peculiar. Troy, yourself.
Good job, Josh.
If I were to go player, I would say probably one of Yager in his prime.
Like with the Devils? I know. Yeah.
Oh God, please no thank you. Him or Timu in their prime, like maybe one of Solani's early games. But if I had to pick like a personal, like if I pinpointed a game, probably either the Buffalo Ottawa line brawl or when Pominville in the playoffs.
Pominville, really? Oh God, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because those are just you got to understand, those are iconic games from my childhood. Yeah. Well, my middle school, early high school.
Were you sad when the Wild traded for him?
I actually like Pominville a lot, and he did a lot for the community. So yeah, it wasn't like an easy good riddance. It was.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry.
Okay. Next question. Don't answer those. Okay, RJS.4.LS. Did you add this? What's a Beckett Seneca RPA dual patch with logo piece out of 15 worth? What? I don't know. Were your fingers broken?
Well, it might be a new collector, Phil. It might be a new collector.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Josh. Why don't you answer him?
Mm-hmm. Well, I would 130point.com. If you're a new collector, is probably there's better, more accurate ways, but that's a good starting point. And you just look up your card, and it'll give you some recent sales comparables.
I'm sorry. I'm a little sensitive because people ask me questions what cards are worth a lot, and I don't know how it's not obvious to not ask me those questions.
Well, because you've been in the hobby a long time, right?
Yeah, I'm not good at it though.
Such a hobby goat.
Such a hobby goat. But hey, Phil, what about this? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, personal pickups, Phil.
Yes. All-time future watch, Marcel Dion. If the good listener can't see the screen and they're listening in their car, this is a gold foiled out of Marcel Dion all-time future watch. It's number 1 out of 10. If I ever sold this card, which I won't, but if I did, I would not put first print run in the title. Nice try, people who sell online, but it's not, or the guy who's like, this is kinda, I'm like, don't say it. And they're going to say it. It's kind of like a 1-1. Oh, you people.
More like a 1 of 10.
It's a 1 of 10. Thank you, Josh.
I have a question about this card, maybe multiple questions. So if anyone catches the last Friday Nights with Phil at the very end, as the credits are rolling, Phil has taken the jaws of life to the PSA slab that this card was in. Mm-hmm. And I felt like it was getting we were in danger close territory.
It was very close. Yeah.
And so how surprised were you when this card came out of the PSA slab not cut in half?
It was I gotta be honest, that was very reckless. I was about 2 millimeters away from a snip on the side. Yeah. That was very reckless of me. I will not be doing that again. I got overwhelmed with excitement. I'm hanging out with all my friends on a Friday night. Things get crazy. I get a bit of a sugar rush, All right. So this is my card. Love this card. And it's very close. I won't be doing that again. But the tile nippers are fantastic for breaking the slabs if you're patient. Next card. I got my own personal 1 of 1 Captain Cardboard Conundrum card from the boys. Louis, Josh, and David all got together, hooked this up for me, and I've never felt more loved and appreciated in the hobby and from my friends. And this card means the world to me, and I'm very grateful for it. Oh, I should probably message Mike. Thank you, I haven't done that yet.
Might be
just say thanks right now.
Yeah,
Have
Mike.
You seen
I have his phone number. I'll call him. I mean, it's easier. But Mike Foster, thank you very much for this incredible piece of modern art. Thank you.
Troy, are you familiar with Mike and he does a lot of work for Topps. Like he does a lot of their art cards.
Okay.
And so he does all they're hand painted.
Wow.
101 cards. And he did one for Phil. It's an amazing card.
You know what? Had you not told me that had been hand painted, I legitimately thought that was like a
printed
photo. So that's what I mean.
Josh, remember when we were on the phone? We didn't know. Like Mike sent us cards as gifts. We didn't know they were hand painted. Josh had to look at it for like 20 minutes, being like, "No, I see brush strokes. I see." Like we didn't know. We didn't know.
Amazing.
I had to feel the texture, Troy, with my hand on the card to understand that it was hand painted. He's a very good, and he's been doing a lot of Topps baseball. products, and he's an amazing. He's even a better human being than a talented artist, which is impressive.
You can see like part of the joke of my Captain Cardboard. Like I wear an undershirt, and it's very visible that I wear an under. You can even see it. Like he even somehow got the undershirt. I find that funny, right? Like you can tell I'm wearing an undershirt over my superhero. And I think I got one more card, Louis. Yeah, that's okay. So I can't lie. That's not my card. Louis went on the internets and got it, but I did hit a Matthew Schaefer in my box, and I will not. I want to collect Matthew Schaefer cards, and I will be selling or trading this immediately because the chances of it staying at the same price or going up are highly, highly not realistic. Could it happen? Yes, but probably not. And those are my pickups.
Yeah, I mean, the rule of thumb is sell it now, and 9 months later, buy 2 or 3 back.
Yeah, sometimes it might not come down for a while, though. You don't know.
Yeah,
probably
you never
not.
know. I mean, there's always exceptions, but that's the rule.
That's it.
Louis, I'm not sure. Did you have a card to share?
I do. Phil, do you like when we show cards dramatically, like theatrical? Make them really cool.
Theatrical. Oh wow! Oh, this all makes sense now.
Louis got a big card.
Big card! Holy moly!
That's nice.
I did. So excited! I got my 24/25 Ultimate Shield Auto 101 Heischer.
Beautiful card, Louis. Oh, that's a big card.
Can I tell a story about this card? So Louis got the opportunity. Somebody reached out and was selling it, and it was for us like big boy number. And Louis, of course, immediately goes into, there's no way I can buy this. I can't buy it. I can't spend that much money. And I'm like, dude, you buy, so let's say this is like a $2,000 card. I'm like, you buy $1,020 cards every month. Just stop buying $10 and $20 cards for a little bit, and you won't spend any more money, and you'll get like for a player collector, kind of, a grail card.
That's a grail card, yeah. How does that feel, Louis, in hand? Pretty good, eh?
I love it. Yeah, I'm super happy. I'm super pumped. People reaching out left and right and talking to the seller. It was just a perfect experience. I'm glad I did it. That's the reason I haven't had cards really to show for the last month.
That's good though. Don't you feel better that way?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm super jacked.
Right on, man. Good. Now
Do you have
now
a shield,
the second
Troy?
time it'll be easier when you do this again.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh my God, wait a minute. It's a different rewarded feeling, right? When you have a little bit of discipline. It's awesome.
When he does it again, we'll get a full movie about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A short film, as they say.
Look, Castro, do you have a shield?
No, I do not have one of those.
Not one of us.
No, this is what I'm saying. I need more. I need more things.
I would think that'd be part of your CV when you apply to a card store. You have to own a shield or a MLB logo man or something.
I wish.
NBA logo man.
One day.
I was super okay with trying to be disciplined, though. Just as a player collector, I figured I need this card. So,
well, can you scratch the surface on how, like, did the guy message you on social media, or like how did you kept this quiet from most of us?
Oh, yeah, I did. No, yeah, it was messaged on social media, and then of course my DMs on Instagram just were filling up. So,
like, when you say that, you mean because someone hit it in a break and everybody knew the guy who hit it? Like, is that how? Or
I didn't know it was hitting the break. I never saw it till it was already.
It was
graded.
a friend of the show. It was a
Yeah.
friend of the show that's trying to sell it and thought of Louis.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, nice,
Mm-hmm.
awesome, man.
Big card, Louis. Holy
Thank
moly!
you.
I had 2 cards. The first one is speaking of Parker's champions, 2022-23, the All-Star Legends Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, now of all the cards that have been shown, but then yesterday, hey Phil, did I tell you about the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament?
You sure did, buddy.
Okay, yeah. So I was there and I opened a box of Clear Cut.
Oh yeah, I was so happy for you, man. I was so happy for you.
And I had a big card.
Josh never hits anything ever.
No. So I got a 24-25 clear cut. It's a Macklin Celebrini crystalline stars auto out of 35. And I have probably opened at least a dozen boxes of clear cut, and I don't think prior to this I've ever gotten more than a $5 card. I just have had the worst luck with that product ever. But we love doing it at games because it's fun. It's always good content, and it's a very easy product to open at a game because it's one card. It's already encapsulated, so you don't have like logistics issues when you're doing the content thing at a game. So yeah, I got it. Now it's a 4 loop in Seagull. So, acceptable.
It looks
Do
clean.
you know about
Nice
the loops
card,
and
man.
Seagulls,
It's very nice.
Troy?
Well, I'm putting it together as you're saying it. Like I haven't heard it before this, but as you're saying it, I'm understanding.
He's done up to
what
6 loops in Seagull in his auto, but I think 4 to 5 is the average, right, Phil? You're more the
Yeah. Sometimes you get 3 in his younger days. So I have gotten a couple messages. They're like, Phil, I know it's a funny, the Seagull, but it's actually his number. I'm like, oh, no kidding. Oh, thank you.
yeah.
You guys need a Celebrini loop tracker. That's what you guys need. You guys need a Celebrini loop tracker now on the show.
I mean, putting you on the spot. Do you have any pickups close by?
I knew this was going to come up, so yes, I actually
All
do.
right, let's go. Let's go.
He's been waiting.
So the one I got is actually when I saw Phil at the last Toronto show they did, the one where they did the crossover. I bought myself a Rick Nash Future Watch auto.
Oh,
I have the glare. There we go.
that's good. There you go. Nice.
Yeah, beauty.
Rick Nash
I
Future
like
Watch
it.
auto.
He's one of your
0203?
guys, right?
He is one of my
0203?
guys. Loved Rick. He's a guy I could watch his YouTube highlights, all day.
Oh,
long.
2002 and 3, right?
Yeah, so Spez's year, right?
That's
Phil?
his year, baby. Yeah, I know that card. I don't know much, but I know my sentence. Yeah.
And then Blue Pulsar here.
Ooh.
I actually found that sitting on a shelf in one of the local stores.
Don't let my
Nice.
kid see that. He's
Okay,
gonna see
yeah.
that when he watches this video, and he's gonna be like,
Oh,
"Hey,
he's gonna ask about it.
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I know this is the big thing I got here is I got a haul of some wax. So I bought 98.99 SPX. This is the Prospect Edition.
That's awesome.
Love
Good
it.
cards in there, man.
One of the year of the Gretzky ones though, so it could possibly have the Gretzky extra pack or autos in there. 99 2000 Series 1. Another one that's got some Gretzky autos possible in it. Also the UD game jerseys that they're going to bring back.
Oh, yeah.
Series.
Grails.
Listen, that one, let me know how bricked it is. I've never, out of all of flagship, 9900 upper deck, it doesn't not come apart.
Really?
And I opened 2 boxes within
All
the
right.
last year, and it is like you could throw it against the wall, dude. It's like you got to need a chisel.
Good to
So,
know.
good
All
luck.
right,
Good luck.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
And then last but not least,
Okay.
94 95 finest.
Oh.
Sweet.
Wow.
Now, what's your plan? Are you going to open these or are you going to keep them?
No, I'll probably open. So I'm actually going to the Dallas Card Show next week. Going to go to a Stars game with some of my hockey card community from like Fanatics Live and that. So probably I might bring this bad boy to open up.
Bring one of
this
the boxes to the Chateau in April.
Yeah.
That's a good. I didn't think about this one. I want to do with Pop. I want to do this one with my dad though. I want to get him. I want to try to get him opening cards again.
Okay.
So maybe I'll save this one, and then hopefully I can source some more by the time.
You ain't gonna save it. You just source more for then."
Yeah,
Is
source
that-
more.
Yeah, you're probably right, Louis.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to recently. So not so much on the singles front, but been grabbing some of that to wait to open up for different things coming down.
Great haul, Troy. Those are
Love
great.
it.
Those are smart purchases.
Good
They're
job by you.
Wow. I mean, no hockey card boxes are smart purchases, but super fun purchases. Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Thank you.
Hey, Phil.
I caught you not answering. Yeah, but I did have fun. If you were going to ask, but you didn't. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know.
The one time. Damn it.
I know.
Okay. Thank you, Troy, for hanging out. Really appreciate your time. It was can't wait to see you hopefully again in April, if not sooner. And if you like the episode, please leave a rating, review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, want to chat with us every day on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our $999 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description. In our Instagram profile, you can, or TikTok, you can search for Hockey Cards Gongshow on Patreon's website or go to our website and find the link there. And then follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dollarbox Ventures, LLC. Have an awesome start to your week, and we can't wait to be back with you on Thursday. Baba Louie, take us out.
Bye.
It's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in show. So
Aw, so cute.
excited.